Hi there, welcome to Joshi'ing Around Weekly, a podcast in which we will discuss the most important shows, the best matches and the hottest topics in Japanese women's pro wrestling on a weekly basis. I'm Tim.
And I'm Eric.
And welcome to the show. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 19 of Joshi'ing Around Weekly. We are a part of the Social Suplex podcast network, a network dedicated to bring you the best coverage from all over the world. Other podcasters on the site include Keeping It Strong Style, the Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast, One Nation Radio, Tunnel Talk, All Things Elite, IMS AEW Adventure, Wrestling Art with Chris Things, and the AEW Match Guide. We also release the Social Suplex newsletter around once a month that gives you in-depth coverage from all promotions all over the world. The best coverage in all of wrestling media, and you can find it on socialsuplex.com. If you have any questions about our podcast, you can find us on the Social Suplex Discord in our designated channel. This is February 17th. Today is February 17th. And we got on our agenda, we're first going to talk a bit about like the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards, which dropped last week, which will lead us into a little rookie discussion, I reckon.
Probably.
After that, we're going to talk about two Stardom shows, Tokyo Joshi Pro, Marigold, and in the Indie Zone.
Indie Zone. Sorry, I did it again. I'm so sorry. Yeah. The Indie Zone.
Eric is going to lead us through Marvelous Diana, Wave, Actress Girls, and 01. Then, as usual, we got our quick previews and the match of the week. All right. How are you doing, Eric? Hi, how are you?
Hi. How are you? Hi. Hello. I'm good. I just you mentioned earlier about the Social Suplex Discord, and I'm happy that we've had people join us there.
Yes.
There's been a lot of great people join us, and I feel like everyone's kind of like on the same page in terms of how we want to talk about wrestling, how we maybe even view wrestling, and that's been awesome to see, I think, because I don't think I imagined that happening when we started this, actually. So, yeah, I kind of thought we would just be talking into the void every single week, just as like an outlet for my passion, I guess, but no, it's actually been, I guess, it's been enjoyable for some people, which is surprising to me. So, yeah.
It's very encouraging as well, right?
Yeah, and I'm super happy about it, because I got a lovely comment from a new listener, they're named Ben, and what they said in particular that made me happy was that they loved hearing my enthusiasm and going crazy for matches that I love. That's like the highest form of compliment that we can have, because I feel like we do have such a maybe intense passion for this silly hobby, and I'm kind of glad that it comes through.
Yes.
You would think like after a year of me consuming as much wrestling as I possibly could that I'd get worn out by now, but I still get extremely excited. And like yesterday, I was getting like fluttery almost, you know, when you're like in love, right? And you get the fluttery feeling. I was getting that feeling thinking about talking about some of these wrestlers. And yeah, Tim, how long do you think it will be until I burn out?
I don't know.
Bear in mind, when I get obsessed with something about hobby, it normally has a shelf time of like 18 months. But I'm like 12 months into going crazy and 5 years getting sucked back into wrestling. So I'm going pretty strong. I feel like I can go for a while doing this.
You think?
Who's your podcast partner if I crash and burn? Wasn't it Chris Whitehead that was gunning for my spot?
I don't know. The problem with Chris always was that he lives like 9 hours away, so that's probably gonna be impossible.
No, I mean,
I don't know if he's gonna be too enthusiastic about the Marigold coverage. So
no, that would be the first thing he cuts. I mean, to be fair, we've cut the house show. I don't know if we've formally said that, but we have cut house show coverage of Marigold, and I guess the reason for that is because I was at least thinking about it. Like, I don't know if fucked up is the word, but it is definitely a bit sad that when podcasting or writing about a hobby becomes someone's job, and then they start to lose that spark, but they have to continue anyway because they're financially dependent on it. I never want to get to that point. I'd rather take the podcast out back and shoot it in the head rather than continue to do it when we don't love it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's totally true. I don't think we even had to mention it. I think the Marigold freaks in our listener base would have figured that out by themselves after a while. I think that we may cut back a little bit on some of the smaller shows, but
I mean, if we're not enjoying something, we're just going to cut it, right? Because we want our enthusiasm to shine through, like that commenter said as well. So
it's always a bit sad with Marigold specifically because I really do enjoy some of the wrestlers. Like
wrestlers are awesome.
It's not like I don't. It's like some of them are just
the booking.
Some aspects of Marigold are just not.
It's the booking. It's fucking terrible. Just say it, Tim. It's so bad. I mean, we'll talk about it later, actually. So, I mean, that's on the agenda because we do have a live show to review. I didn't watch Marigold this week. I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't. Yeah, because I put none right on the agenda. Yeah, I didn't recommend anything. But I guess the opposite is we don't want to be too toxic positive. I'm stealing that word from you because I actually hadn't heard that word before.
Really?
And it makes a lot of sense, actually. I do think it's fun to talk about what didn't work in some matches. So I hope we kind of get that balance correct without coming off as miserable. So
I just never like to shit on wrestlers, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's I always try to view it from the most beneficial point of view, but I also don't want to be toxic, of course. Like I don't want to say like anyone who criticizes that something is like out of their minds wrong or whatever. I try to give a counterpoint, maybe a counter point of view for what might have happened so that certain things went wrong or whatever, which wasn't necessarily in the control of the wrestlers themselves sometimes. Like stuff like that. I like to present those as my most
charitable. Yeah.
Charitable. Exactly. Takes on something.
Well, yeah, I mean, how else have you been doing? You been ill?
I've had a really bad week, yeah. I said so on the last podcast, like that was last Tuesday. I've been sick since Monday, I guess. And I have been like home from work since Thursday until yesterday, including yesterday. And I have like, it wasn't very enjoyable, like the typical cold thing, you know. It almost felt like COVID. It wasn't COVID, but like it felt the entire time like my lung capacity was at like 10% or something. Yeah. I don't know if this is still like long COVID from the one time I did have COVID. No, I had it 2 times, I think. Yeah, 2 times.
2 times.
And now whenever I get cold, like these symptoms come back or whatever it is, I don't know. But like just when no matter what you do, you're breathing, you're always out of breath. That's fucking annoying. Even if you're just working on the newsletter, like stuff where I don't, without any real physical activity or whatever, just like having to use my brain, I guess was so exhausting that I just had to lay down after an hour or 2 of working on it. So it's kind of been fucked up in the last couple of days, but I'm doing better now. Like yesterday, I started to feel much better throughout the day. So today I was back at work and, I think my voice is recovering as well. Maybe it's still a bit rough, but yeah, I was properly, ill the last week.
Out. Yeah. No, for me, it's the blocked nose and not having a sense of taste that just drives me. You know, man flu as a phrase. Yeah. If I get any type of cold or flu, I am a fucking baby. I don't want anyone to interact with me. I'm having the worst time of my fucking life just because I can't taste something. I'm in an awful mood when I'm ill, and I was ill on the plane back from Japan. That was I hated that experience. Just. 13 hours on the plane, just constant sneezing and coughing. Nah, not good.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, I had a bit I think I had the proper flu. It wasn't just like man flu. I think. My head was so congested that it felt like it was like 10 kilos.
Oh, I can't tell the
heavier
difference.
or whatever.
To me, a cold is a flu. That's how annoying colds are to me. That they just become flus.
Yeah.
So I can't tell the difference.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I couldn't really like give you a defined difference.
I got no fucking idea. Yeah.
I don't know. The headaches were the worst. Like when your head is so congested with like everything that's collecting up there, that like your brain is just about to explode. It's the worst. But yeah, we got over it. It's all good. So, yeah. Should we get into our first topic then?
Yeah, what is it, Tim?
Well, it is another list of sorts, I guess.
People will start to think we like lists.
Oh yeah. Did you listen to Trish and Sarah today?
No, because it releases behind the curtains view. Yeah, it releases like 3 hours before we go live, and I had a nap.
Yes.
So.
I've only listened to like the first half hour. It was just like it was really good. Like Sarah read verbatim Dave Meltzer.
Okay, that's funny because she has a lot of experience from listening today, so I bet she nailed that. So I look forward to that.
No, she actually like transcribed it word for word and
okay, that's hilarious.
gave it back. She didn't like imitate him or whatever. She just transcribed what he said.
That's even funnier though, because if you read his transcript in like a normal voice, he just comes off as like the dumbest motherfucker. But he's not, obviously. Yeah. That's how he comes off.
Yeah. Anyway, this is gonna be the second Wrestling Observer topic, the podcast topic on the Social Suplex Network this week, I guess. Maybe third, I don't know. Keeping the Strong Style probably talked about it too. I haven't listened to them yet. So yeah. It's not like Social Suplex is obsessed with like Dave Meltzer or anything. Or
no.
Wrestling Observer. I think a lot of us are just like, that's where we originated, right? I was on the board for almost 10 years. You're still on the board, I think. Trish and Sarah are still on the board.
Well, my sub actually lapsed yesterday, so...
Oh, okay.
I did resub just for the awards, but yeah, I haven't posted on the board for like a year. But no, it is where I started. I joined when I first got back into wrestling in like 2014 because of WrestleMania 30. That's when I joined the board.
Yeah, same. Like not same year, but when I first came back, it was 2016, 15, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That's when I joined. The first time as well. And yeah, so we are actually like big. We were big contributors to the Wrestling Observer.
Yeah, I'm a Dave fan.
We are not Dave. Like the anti-Dave fucking
no.
on social media or whatever. But we thought, since the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards are some of the biggest awards every year, if not the biggest in the wrestling media landscape, they are probably the biggest, right?
The biggest for sure.
Yeah. We should probably talk about them. And I think we do have something to talk about. So first, I'd say maybe overall thoughts, right? My overall thoughts on the Wrestling Observer Awards are that the winners for the majority of the awards were the correct ones, in my opinion. I was told today I should say, in my opinion, less. Do you agree?
I heard that you got told that, yeah. Yeah, you should be more confident with your opinions. I mean, it's your fucking opinion. Everyone knows it's your opinion. If someone interprets your sentence as, oh, Tim is being objective here about wrestling, then they're just being dumb, right? Everything we say on this podcast is our opinion.
All right. Awesome. Glad we clarified that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the majority of the winners are correct. Obviously, Mystico and CMLL deserved to win most of these awards. They had a tremendous year. Business-wise, promotion-wise, everything was just completely cracked out for them. So obviously, there's nothing really to complain about here. I think Mystico was the deserved Flair Test.
I feel a bait coming. Does everyone else listening feel a bait coming? I feel a bait coming.
No, this is my completely my honest opinion. I do think underneath the first place there is something we can talk about, and I have my hypothesis how and why certain things looked the way they are. And I wanted to explain those a little bit, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
What are your overall thoughts, maybe, first?
Just quickly, because I'm excited to hear your words. No, I mean, it's just, I think exposure is obviously a big part of these awards, and a lot of the reader base are American based, so they vote for AEW people. I mean, the fact that WWE got slaughtered is kind of indicative of how shit the company is, because if they were any decent, they would have swept up some of these awards, make no mistake about it. So the de facto winner, if WWE is so shit, has to be AEW. So AEW swept up a lot of the awards. I'm not saying that some of those AEW candidates weren't worthy, but it's just the natural default, because I don't think Stardom or whatever is really in the reader's mind. I mean, if you look at like the biggest one, which I don't know if we'll get to, is best show, right? If you watched All-Star Grand Queendom, okay, even if, unless you were maybe live at All In, I could understand it. But if you watched All-Star Grand Queendom, I don't know how you could come away from that not voting that as the best show. So I feel like people just didn't really watch it, which is okay. Yeah, it's just an exposure thing, really.
Yes. So my hypothesis basically about this is, I think the Wrestling Observer coverage as a whole has changed into a direction of like very minimal coverage of anything outside of a few promotions. My hypothesis is that this was a lot better a couple of years ago, and I think these awards kinda like reflect this. I think the audience for the Wrestling Observer, or like their subscriber base, has changed as well, like into the same direction, obviously, because I think a lot of fans of, like, let's say maybe Japanese promotions have just no content whatsoever from the Wrestling Observer at this point. So I think a lot of them have just simply left the Observer at this point. So that obviously reflects in the awards as well, because those are obviously voted by the readers and by the subscribers of the Wrestling Observer. And
I mean,
this is,
anecdotally,
obviously,
that's true, right?
I can tell this a bit from like personal experience as well, like
yeah,
anecdotal.
Exactly.
This is obviously anecdotal evidence, but I know a ton of people. Like I'm on Discords with a ton of people who used to be on the board and have all quit. Like that's got to be in the
us
hundreds
as well.
just these people alone who are like on these Discords, and just there were times where like daily another guy joined from the who formerly I knew from the board formerly, who said, yeah, I just quit the subscription today. It's just not for me anymore. And yeah, so that's anecdotal, of course, but I think these awards kind of reflect this also. Because if you look at, would you agree that Stardom had a pretty good year this year, last year, Eric?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Not too shabby.
Yeah. Would you say, well, I agree.
Yeah,
I don't think, would you say these awards reflected how great of a year Stardom had?
I would not say so. It kind of seems like they had a good but not record level year, because obviously CML had a record year, and the awards reflect that, right? I don't think they reflect Stardom's record level year. They sort of reflect, Stardom did pretty good.
Yeah. Do you think Stardom had a better year than in 2022, for example?
Yeah, of course. And I think the awards reflect that Saya had a good year, by the way. So she came out of it pretty good.
Sort of. Yeah. I'm gonna come back to the 2022 point later. Maybe we should just start with the Flair Test Award, because Saya did place 4th in that one, behind Jon Moxley, Hangman, and Mystico. So I looked at the votes, right, at the numbers. So for Mox and Hangman and Saya, Hangman was on 137 ballots. Moxley was on 149 ballots. Saya was on 88 ballots. So that is approximately like 60-70% more ballots that Mox and Hangman were on. But Saya is lacking behind in only like 100 to 200 points from the voting, which tells me it's kind of a similar problem, you know, as it was with the Voice of Wrestling Match of the Year poll, where like Saya and Tam had like this insane amount of first place votes, but just they weren't on enough ballots to make a bigger impact.
Yep.
So I see the exact same pattern here, you know. Saya was on like 60%, 70% less ballots, but barely had any less points than Mox and Hangman. So the way it works for these awards, for the category A awards, is that every voter has 3 votes, and the first place vote gets 5 points, the second 3, and the third gets 2 points. So what this tells me that Saya had gotten a lot of first and second place votes, and Hangman and Mox got more like third place and second place votes. So I think whoever knew about Saya was convinced that she deserves a high spot on the MVP ranking. It was just that a lot of people who voted were not educated enough and haven't watched anything and didn't know anything about Saya to vote her MVP. This is even more... Sorry?
No, I was just going to say, the thing I hate about it is people will point to the fact that Saya did the best out of, the highest placed woman since Minamo Toyota, right? And then point to that as if it's success, just because she like did a record thing, but it was still 4th, and she shouldn't have been 4th. So I don't know why we have to look at past records. What did she do this year, and what should she have gotten? She should not have gotten 4th. I don't give a fuck what someone did 30 years ago compared to what Saya's doing now. She should have been 2nd at least. This is the Rossi argument, right? What he said about winning the Tokyo Sports Award. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, and also I heard the same thing that like, if you historically look at the results, it's always been like that. That like, these promotions or whatever, or these wrestlers didn't have as many votes comparatively and suffered from that. But that just tells me that there's always been the same problem, right? And also, like, if you go to the early 90s and the 80s, you had to fucking be a tape trader to even watch anything. Nowadays, everything is readily available. It just has to be brought to people's attention. And that's what's not happening in the Observer anymore, in my opinion. I think it's even more, like, obvious in the Promotion of the Year award, where Stardom finished 3rd. That's ridiculous. Did they? Do I have this right? I think they did, yeah. AEW came second. Yes, AEW came second, right. And the numbers here are even crazier. So CMLL, I can never get this wrong. Fuck that word. Fuck it. So Stardom had 77 votes, was on 77 ballots, let's say, for Promotion of the Year. CMLL had 10 times the amount of ballots, and AEW had 5 times the amount of ballots. Stardom's point total, however, was only 3 times, like a third of the CMLL votes. So CMLL were on 10 times the amount of ballots, but only got 3 times as many points. AEW was on 5 times as many ballots and only had twice as many points. Which again tells me, like, everyone who does watch Stardom voted them high. And extremely high in this case. Like, most of these 77 ballots must have been first place votes for Stardom. But it's just like not enough people are watching them. And they just don't get talked about. I think an even crazy example to me was the Promoter of the Year award, where Taro Okada placed 5th with 58 votes. Salvador Luteroth obviously first with 485, and then we had Tony Khan with 404, Nick Khan 193, Dana White with 70 before Taro Okada. I think this one, like Promoter, is almost like, it's probably the most objective award we can get, because it's like purely business metrics, right?
Can you tell me, did WWE have much growth year over year this year?
Big number make me feel good.
Okay, so overall, yes, they had big numbers. Did they grow any? How did the tickets map look compared to like the previous?
No,
years?
I mean they're down in the ticket sales are doing kind of horrendous compared to the year before. But big number make me feel good.
How about Tony Khan? How did he promote? I think he did have some growth.
They're up slightly.
I
think they're up on ticket sales. Yeah, and then same on pay per view also. Or?
Yes. So how did Taro Kada do last year? How did Stardom do?
I think they're double digits up, and also record level business. In Tokyo, outside of Tokyo, yeah. I mean, you name it.
Was there a single month last year that Stardom didn't do record business?
No,
I don't know. I think every month was a record month for them.
I mean, they also
had the record. Sorry.
No, they also beat the Korakuen Hall attendance record as well ever. So
yeah, and they had their biggest show. They had their two biggest shows last year, right?
Yeah.
Jim Queenum and Master Grand Queenum were both like 7.5 and 6.5 are their two biggest shows. And yeah, we could just continue. We've made these. We've elaborated on Stardom's business success over the like since we started doing the podcast essentially.
Yeah.
So, do you think if you were only a observer reader, do you think you would know about all these business successes of Stardom, or just a Wrestling Observer radio listener maybe?
Considering they did a 3-minute segment on All-Star Grand Queendom, I'm guessing not.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
I mean, is anyone arguing against this? Isn't it so obvious that the awards sort of reflect the coverage of the publication? Like, Dave
there are people
rates
who are
like,
arguing against this. Absolutely,
Dave rates like Tuesday shows for CMLL. He rates like the most random matches that promotion does, and does like full columns on it and talks about it on the radio as well. Yeah, I mean, and he doesn't talk about Stardom, so. I don't know, who could possibly argue against this? It's so obvious. If he spoke more about Stardom, more people would have voted Stardom.
Yeah. So Booker of the Year was Tony Khan with 655 to Taro Kada's 218 votes. Did you listen to our Christmas episode, Eric?
I was about to say the same thing. We fucking buried that fool.
Yeah, so in our opinion, Tony Khan was not necessarily the best booker of the year. Maybe the worst.
I mean, yeah, let's be clear. We were talking about him like neck and neck with fucking Triple Paul, okay? Like that's how bad some of the booking was at the end of the year for AEW. I mean, I stopped watching for like 2 months, I guess. 3 months,
Me too, yeah. Taro Kada was like to do what he did with Stardom is like insanity to me. He did get second place at least here. So earlier
that was with a lot of campaigning, including articles from our lovely Chris Whitehead in the newsletter and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. I mentioned earlier 2022, right? I just grabbed this randomly. I looked at results from 2022. What would you say if I told you that Stardom got 1,000 more votes or points in votes for Promotion of the Year in 2022 than they did for 2025?
I'd say, wow, Dave must have covered Stardom in 2022. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. Not only Dave, Brian even covered it together with Filthy Tom and stuff.
That's
like
fucking
that.
insane.
Yeah. Booker, Rossy Ogawa in 2022 was 50 votes behind Tony Khan for second place as well. Which is like, now Taro Kada has a third of the votes of Tony Khan. Rossy Ogawa in 2022 had I don't know, maybe 10% below Tony Khan. Isn't that just obvious, like an obvious sign that just their entire reader base shifted?
And
in the last couple of years, because their coverage obviously shifted.
Yeah, exactly. the reader base shifts with the coverage that the publication does. Yeah, they're inextricably linked. Yeah.
And I'm not even saying that their reader base shrunk necessarily, because I heard like this was like a record year in voting numbers, and I added it up. There were a lot of voters this year for the awards. I will say this is also most probably due to the Google form being available. You know, a couple of years ago, you had to send in an email with like a screenshot of your bank account or whatever to prove you were a subscriber, and this all just got a lot less, a lot less of a barrier to vote. So I think that's a main reason for why the numbers are bigger for voting now. But maybe they do still have a lot of subscribers. They just are interested in different things. I did some analysis. Right?
Uh-oh.
I looked at headlines on f4wonline.com. I looked at the last 100 headlines. What do you think is about the percentages of like promotions that they cover? Headlines?
That's going to be so fucked up because of their use of AI now. So it's just going to be, they're just shitting out articles. So it's probably like 95% AEW.
So first of all, I think they're shitting out the same article several times. If you scroll through their like news section, like if you just go through their thumbnails, they are repeating often. I found that very weird. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of what AI does. So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So I called, one column was my WWE adjacent slop, which is WWE and TNA. Those were 64 headlines of the last 100. Interestingly enough, 18 of those were from TNA. So
Fucking
like
hell.
Almost a third of their WWE plus TNA coverage. AAA is also in there, of course. And NXT and everything that WWE owns basically, was in there. So
not Marigold?
I mean, if they had a headline, maybe I would have counted them in there, but spoilers. So yeah, that's kind of surprising that a third of the WWE coverage is TNA actually. That's crazy. AEW had 22. So TNA had only 4 less headlines than AEW did. Self-promotion for Figure 4 Online was 5. New Japan was 4. CMLL was 1. Which was also AEW adjacent because it was just that Mercedes showed up to one of the shows. And then I had the other category, which was 1 Stardom headline about the Saya injury. Not about her match or like match report or anything or about the show. Just simply that she dislocated her finger or whatever. 1 was MLW, which was also WWE adjacent because it was just Killer Cross saying something stupid in an interview. And then there were 2 headlines about Rob Van Dam for some reason. So this is the average coverage over the last, I think you could say if I take 100 headlines, that gives a pretty good average, right? Would you say that? So it's basically 64% WWE, 22 AEW. And the other like 10 to 12% is either Figure 4 self-promotion. And JPW had a big show, so they got 4 headlines in there, but other than that, yeah. I also looked at Wrestling Observer Radio, you know. And I kind of like added the timestamps for the last month. How much do you think was the percentages there?
What, between WWE adjacent stuff and it? I mean, WWE adjacent stuff's got to be like 40%.
I don't even have the percentages. I just added like some minutes. It was about 212 minutes WWE coverage.
Yeah.
It was about 91 minutes AW coverage. It was about 40 minutes New Japan actually, because for some reason Dave decided to talk over 30 minutes about the New Beginning in Osaka show.
Wow.
And CMLL had 23 minutes. So he's talking a lot about CMLL. How much do you think other promotions got? Outside of WWE, CMLL, AEW.
2 minutes,
and
46
this one
seconds.
New Japan show. Where would you say these 2 minutes and 40 seconds?
MLW. I don't know.
No, it's nothing. 0.
Oh.
Nada.
Oh, awesome. That's great.
Everything else is like ratings, obituaries, and I guess like things like bare knuckle boxing fights and like Jake Paul freak show boxing fights and all that shit, you know. So that's their audio coverage. And then last but not least, I looked at the Observer coverage. So I thought, like, Dave pretty much rates all matches that he watches, right?
Yeah.
So I just looked at the last 1,000 matches on Cage Match, which was about the entire last month. How many matches were rated by Dave?
Last month?
Yes. This is
I'm
actually
going to
interesting.
go with... Because I know how much I do in a month. I do like 100, 200... I do like 800. I'm going to guess he did like 400.
What?
Okay, well, 200 in a month.
Let me add this real quick. I never added it up. 59, 24, 36, 83. Oh, it's exactly 100.
Oh, okay.
Damn, that's crazy. So, of those 100, it was a lot of New Japan actually. Wait, do I have this correctly? No, I don't. It was a lot of CMLL, I wanted to say. 24 matches were from CMLL, so that's almost a quarter of those. WWE had 29, which is crazy because they only have like 2 matches per show. AW also 29, which is about what you'd expect from a month of AEW. New Japan had 17. And then there was one outside match. Can you guess?
Sire and Starlight Kid?
Yes, Saya and Starlight Kid. Which got a decent 4.75, I guess. So yeah, you can see he just doesn't watch anything anymore, you know, outside of like those 4 promotions. He watches the big New Japan shows. He watches a lot of CMLL. He watches everything that WWE puts out, and he watches everything that AW puts out. And that's just his coverage nowadays. And that reflects on the reader base, and that reflects on the awards. And that's basically the big point I was trying to make about these awards. I do think CMLL winning is great. WWE losing is great. I think the people who voted for most charismatic are out of their minds. That's one that stood out to me, especially. And then there's also like one thing we have to point out is the Japan and Women's Awards, where Saya Kamitani did get 485 and 458 votes respectively. Which means a lot of people who didn't vote for Stardom, didn't vote for her in Flair Fest, still voted for her in those 2 awards, which kind of tells me that I listened to like Dave's awards preview coverage. He pretty much told people to vote Saya in those 2 awards, right? So I think listeners who have no idea who to vote in these regions, or in like for which woman to vote, just listen to Dave at this point. It's the same with like Europe, where Michael Oku got a lot of votes. That's just what Dave said. And I honestly don't think a lot of the subscriber base watched that many Michael Oku matches in the last year. It's just what Dave said should be voted on in these categories. So the subscribers listened. That's my hypothesis, at least. What do you think?
I thought that was very obvious. Yeah, I don't know who would argue against that.
Well, there's some people
and I think you laid out the case perfectly as why that's happening. And I don't even think Dave really needs to change his coverage. I guess people just need to kind of recognize like what the awards are, and they're not really. I mean, they're just representative of Dave's taste, which is fine. That's completely okay. But I don't know why people try to dress it up as something different.
It's just like our goal with this podcast is like to bring these promotions to people. So obviously it's a bit saddening to me if the biggest publication in the Western world for pro wrestling just completely ignores everything that's going on outside of like their relatively small scope of North America, I'd say. Is Mexico North America? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Central America. No.
It's Central America.
No, it's North America.
Is it not? I mean, we're Europeans, okay? We're allowed to get this wrong before anyone gets mad. I think it's, wait, fuck. Which one is it?
I think
north.
Central America is
north.
below. It's north. Yeah.
Yeah, it's north. Yeah. No, but what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. No, I don't fucking remember what I was going to say. Go on.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Rookie of the Year voters. Seri Yamaoka won. Above.
Oh, I remember what I was going to
Katsuki.
say. They keep calling it like the most knowledgeable reader base, like in wrestling. I just don't know why you have to say statements like that. Like, what is the point in like saying something that's like objectively not true? Just say, you know, okay, these awards are a bit better than some others, but we have some downfalls, which is Dave's coverage because he can't watch everything, which is completely fine. But stop saying weird fucking statements about you guys being like the most knowledgeable. It's just not true. It's okay to not know everything. Why do people pretend to know everything?
I do think, to play like devil's advocate or whatever, that like these promotions have flooded the market, right? WWE with their millions of shows, AW with the addition of Collision.
Yeah, I don't blame Dave for not covering everything. I don't think that he's at fault for that.
Yeah, my biggest gripe maybe is that you just don't have to cover everything WWE puts out, in my opinion. For example, I would like it if he just branched out a little bit and just dropped NXT or whatever, or AAA or whatever. Like, who cares about these? Drop TNA, I don't know, and just cover some of, go back to some of the Japan coverage. I think a lot of your readers or used to be readers really came to the Observer because of the coverage of these promotions, especially like Puroresu, Joshi, early on in like the 90s, 80s. Because it was like, it was what made Dave special, right? That he just would review and watch everything around the world. And I think that's kind of been gone for a couple of years now. And I think that's sad. And it has to do definitely with the amount of stuff he has to watch from North America. And that's nothing you can change, but I think he can just swap the priorities around.
He's not going to do that ever. So
it probably does more money. Although I think it just swapped out, because I guarantee you that a ton of people left when his coverage dropped of Puro and Joshi, and now new people are there, obviously, who are like the WWE and AEW.
Yeah, but there's so many WWE, AEW fans that I would be shocked if they did not make up for it in just random people subbing for the backstage goss.
Yes. Also, you have a lot of people on the site, right? Maybe like I don't know, Brian does a lot of retro reviews. I don't think I think he's covered his bases. I don't think he enjoys anything other than WWE anymore. So, and maybe his retro shit, I don't know. Maybe you put someone like Garrett Gonzalez and John LaRocca on the next Seedling show or whatever, and tell them
Jesus
to
fucking Christ.
Wouldn't that be a solution? It's obviously also like a lot less Big Audio Nightmare. I think it's less than it used to be. I don't follow it that much anymore, but it used to. It did get a lot less when I used to drop out from the Observer, which was obviously also caused by Adam Summers becoming a father and having a lot less time because of that. So that was the main reason why the band coverage kind of went like down under. Down under. They didn't go to Australia, but they it became a lot less throughout the years. Anyway, that's just my big point. I think the awards are okay. It's whatever. CMLL deserves it. Hooray. Notam Nakano in Flair Test. Did you see that? It's crazy.
Yeah. Retired. Didn't exist.
Most outstanding, Takeshita. Suri is 5th. And then we have people like Gunther on there. Okay. Will Ospreay was above Suri, by the way. With his 10 matches or whatever.
Yeah. Are you trying to depress me?
Let's move on. Who was tag team was good? Young Bucks. Yeah. Anyway. should we I mentioned rookies of the year, right? Sari won and Senka was 2nd. That's kind of surprising. Who told them to vote for that? I don't know.
Well, I did send Dave a bunch of emails about rookies, and he did. I'm pretty sure he mentioned both when he was doing previews.
Yes, he did.
So, not saying it was me, but I did contribute to the email inbox of Dave Meltzer. Although I didn't vote for either of them, so.
The voting totals are minimal for Rookie of the Year. People just don't care about that award. The winner had 117 votes. The winner for Best Non-Wrestler, which is the next award, had 658 votes. So about and the second place 283. So I think there were about 1,000 voters in total, and maybe 300 of those vote for the Rookie Award. So
yeah, I think we're
the few people who know
that
ball.
We like rookies. Yeah.
Yes. So your idea was to do a little rookie ranking because we like our rookies so much. We thought we'd do a little fun little segment.
Another list.
Present our lists, our favorite rookies. Well, if you want to call it that, we had our special criteria was either the last 2 years of in-ring action or below 200 matches.
They debuted in the last 2 years, yeah.
Debuted in the last 2 years, yeah. Or below 200 matches in total.
Yeah.
So, how do you want to go through this? You want to just...
Yeah, I mean,
we did a top 5 each. We did a top 5, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not... I mean, so all the young talent that we talk about a lot, like Rena, for example, we consider her basically a ready-made wrestler. So we all know she's going to be a main eventer. It's not really interesting to talk about her. So the purpose of the list is less experienced wrestlers. And in that there is a bit more variability on whether they're going to reach the top or not. And yeah, also someone can have 50 matches over 4 years, but still get a ton of training in the dojo and stuff like that. So a big part of the lists I feel is exposure. So we're trying to put a spotlight on lesser known wrestlers and younger wrestlers. So it's deliberate criteria we're applying. For me, in terms of how I constructed my list, a key thing for me was the deficit between the number of matches the wrestler had and that 200 number we spoke about. So if they're really below the limit, but they're just as good as someone with 190 matches, I would probably pick the one with the lower matches just because I think they probably have better potential. So that's kind of how I constructed my list. It's who do I see as a surefire great wrestler in 5 to 10 years? As in they will have the highest quality of matches with the highest probability. How did you have any philosophy, I guess, in constructing your list?
Yeah, so I looked at the list and I said, who do I enjoy watching?
Yep, that's fair enough. All right.
I went almost purely by vibes. I just thought about each wrestler and thought about how good are the vibes, how much fun do I have watching their matches, even if they are not technically sound yet. And then in the background, that's maybe 80% or 70% of my reasoning. The rest is probably then are they really good at wrestling already? And then I kind of took some picks out because I'm gonna get to this later on my honorable mentions,
Okay, so do you want to start with your 5? Who's your number 5, Tim?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I cheated.
You have multiple number 5s or what?
I have a joint. Number 5 is Marigold. I have Rhea Seto and Komomo Minami. I couldn't decide, to be honest. If you put me on the spot, I guess I pick Rhea Sato over Komomo.
Wow, that's I like that. I like that pick. Any reason why are you picking Rhea Sato?
I just think she's sick. I really enjoy watching her. I think she's a really good wrestler already. I do kind of, so this is where I couldn't decide, right? I think Rhea Sato is really, really good. And has tremendous potential. I do kind of like Komomo's, like, crowd connection more. And that's obviously a big piece for me, for a wrestler. And that's why, like, on the vibe side, Komomo is maybe a bit ahead of Rhea, but Rhea is I enjoy watching her, like, work someone over so much because she's so technically sound already. So maybe I give, like, Rhea the edge by a little bit. It's hard to explain, but I think Rhea is just, she rocks. I don't know.
Yeah, and if you guys are wondering how these guys made the list, then Rhea Sato debuted in 2023, but she only has 148 matches. And Komomo debuted in 2024, so she applies that criteria, but she also only has 126 matches. So, Rhea Sato is one of my favorite Marigold wrestlers. I've seen her have already a few outstanding performances. I think she does need the right dance partner, and she also needs like a green light before she can go hard, which you don't always get in Marigold, but once she gets that, she is like a really great wrestler for her experience. And Komomo, I think we've spoken about her for a few episodes now because she's had those matches with Yuzuki and then Mayu. So, I mean, she's good.
Yes.
I don't know her ceiling, to be honest, though. So I didn't have her on my list, and I didn't have Rhea, but I did consider her. So she's in my honorable mentions.
Okay.
So my number 5 is an Actress Girls wrestler. And so the problem I had is that Actress Girls do not run a lot of shows. So even their best workers, such as like Natsuki, fell into the conditions. But considering Natsuki's fucking retiring in a few months, it wasn't really in the spirit of the list to have her on. So I could have had...
Is that the Natsuki? I saw a Natsuki on there for Actress Girls. I thought there must be two Natsukis.
No, that is her. Like, there are like really accomplished wrestlers that have under 200 matches, which is why it's so insane that they are as good as they are.
Okay.
So Yukina Yuhara, she debuted in 2024 and she's only had 48 matches. So she's impressed me so much in the last 6 months and the reason is like her willingness to learn and improve and the progression curve that she's on. That is like one of the major indicators for who's going to be a great wrestler. Because 6 months ago, I would have told you, I mean, even you watched her in October and you're like, oh, like she was like super green. Yeah. She didn't even know where to stand in tag matches. She was getting lost. That was literally 6 months ago. I went back and read some reviews that I put in the newsletter. Okay. I was like, I don't really know about this. Now she is like really good in those tag matches. She looks completely comfortable in the she's main evented Korakuen, by the way, already in front of like 600 people. Okay. So that's not an insane amount of people, but it's crazy that she's done it already, and she did it excellently with the confidence of a vet. She doesn't have any athletic background. She comes from beauty pageantry, right? That's another thing. So she has the look, confidence, and charisma to go really high. And I think if she keeps improving at this rate, I can actually see her jumping because it feels like she's quite ambitious, given that she's improved so rapidly, so quickly. Anri was another rookie Actress Girls. So she only missed out because I need to kind of see what she's like after injury. It was between Yukina and Anri for my 5th spot, though.
All right. That's cool. I'm still a newbie to Actress Girls, so
we'll get you there.
Really speak much on those two, but I was actually thinking about what's her name?
Marina or Kane Fuku? Yeah, she's in my
not her. The one we only saw like one match of so far.
Oh yeah, Marina and Nishimura.
The one who had like the hilarious face. Yeah. Like she was awesome in that match. Yeah. I don't know. She's gonna make it far if she is. If nothing goes wrong. Anyway, my number 4 is, well, it's Ane Kanaya.
Classic.
Obviously,
so she debuted in
20. Bias, huh?
Yeah, she debuted in 2025 and she's only got 29 matches.
Yes, and she's just, this is like almost purely a vibe pick. I think she's very good in the ring for her like experience level. For 29 matches, she's crazy. But like overall, there's obviously much more talented wrestlers on the list. Or I wouldn't say talented, but like technically
better wrestlers.
Better wrestlers.
She's only had 29 matches. So.
Exactly. But like Ane is just one of those wrestlers who is just a joy to watch. She just brings a smile to my face, and yeah, it's just always like, I go out of my way to watch her matches. Like, even on those Stardom house shows, I used to skip a lot of the undercard, but like, I watch Anne matches because she's just so fucking, good vibes. Always nice to see her.
Yeah. So by the way, these stats were compiled like maybe a week ago. So if they're not the exact correct number of matches, then just shut up, because yeah, I wasn't going to run the script again. And then the other thing is why we're doing all this talking as well is because there's not a lot of shows to review. So if you're wondering, hey, when are they going to get to the 3-hour Stardom review? There isn't a 3-hour Stardom review. Okay, relax. Okay. So
There's
my
a vibe
4,
show.
yeah, just a vibe show. So my 4 is Shan Shan. So from Diana and I guess New Taiwan Entertainment Wrestling, and she debuted in 2024 and she has 52 matches. So this is where the match count came in for me again. And it doesn't mean I think she's necessarily better than others. I just think where she is at now gives me a lot of confidence as to where she'll be at in the future. We've spoken about her last episode. So just for those who don't know, she's 20. She still goes to university and she's from Taiwan. And what she's shown in 52 matches in 18 months is quite impressive. She's an excellent seller and babyface. I remember very clearly a match with Mizuki Kato in August 2025, where I thought that Kato had shoot injured Shan Shan and she just worked me. And I don't think that's happened before. So it's really rare for, to get worked that a wrestler's actually injured, I guess. Let alone a rookie. So she's already ticked off my requirement for being a great seller and getting me fully immersed in her matches, which is important for someone's potential. I imagine Tim probably has her even higher. So we can talk about her as well, Tim, I guess if you have her on your list. And I just wanted to mention, she is doing this with people who aren't top talent in the scene. So obviously there's nothing against Diana or whatever. She only does Diana, New Taiwan, and maybe like 2 wave dates, okay? Mizuki Kato is fun to watch, but she's not a top tier talent, okay? So when Shan Shan has been in there with top tier talent, like Hazuki, she had a fucking great match, okay? 52 matches, 18 months from Taiwan, where she's practicing against Taiwanese male wrestlers, who again, no offense, are not the best wrestlers in the world, and Kumu, who is her only female colleague in her promotion. Like, in the right environment, I think Shan Shan has crazy potential. So, yeah, I hope she makes Taiwan proud and makes it to the top.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good pick, I think. Anyway, my number 3 is it's a wrestler called Chan Chan. She's only 20. She still goes to university. She's from Taiwan, by the way. And wrestles for Diana. I like her a lot. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We talked about Shan Shan a lot. She's like an outstanding talent to me. She's like Anne. She has like, she's even better vibes, maybe.
I agree. For me, for sure.
Yeah. Just the same, like, even, we're gonna get to it later, like, during the Diana review. Even when she's not wrestling, she brings a smile to my face when she's just randomly at ringside. She's just so fucking, she has the best vibes, and she's really good. Like, she is an exceptional wrestler for her, like, experience level, I guess. I've not seen as many matches as Eric probably has from Shan Shan, but whenever I do see her, it's like, it's very convincing what she pulls off. And honestly, like, the other factor, like, I think it's so cool that they're starting to like grow the scene in Taiwan. She's like only the 3rd wrestler from Taiwan, and she's going this hard. It's just like, I think that's really cool to see, and I hope that develops further. So yeah, love Shan Shan. Wish her a speedy recovery.
Yes, MCL tear. So hopefully that's like a month or 2. We'll see.
She doesn't even wear like a knee brace or anything. What's she doing?
Well, like I told you, like, I didn't think it was that bad because after the injury, she was already bending her leg. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So it must have been not as bad as maybe it looked. Fuck. I just visioned it in my head. That it looked like she broke her leg.
I never watched it.
It was so, there's like famous leg breaks, right? In wrestling where the leg just buckles. Yeah. It looked like one of those, but it wasn't. So anyway.
My heart couldn't take it.
Yeah. So my third is Seri Yamaoka from Marigold. So she had a 2025 debut and she's got 107 matches. I feel like everyone knows her that listens. If you don't, then she's Marigold. So Marigold market her as a super rookie. I think she's legitimately great aside from the marketing. I don't think she's a generational talent or anything like that, but I absolutely see her main eventing a big show, bigger than Korakuen, within 5 to 10 years easily. So, and I'm also confident that Seri could have some of the best matches in the Joshi scene in a couple of years. I think she just kind of needs the booking and the storylines for it, which is obviously a huge question mark in Marigold. But I think she's so good that she can probably overcome that. I do have some question marks about Marigold producing talent, to be honest. Especially, I just don't think it's a good environment to create a future superstar because they're so closed off. They're so isolated. They're a small promotion. And I think that kind of stifles growth. They also like kind of tell everyone to go hard out of the gate. And it's like, I don't know how much they're going to keep improving wrestling the same people all year round, but none of these are question marks against Seri herself.
All right. That was your number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Seri didn't land on my list. I think obviously she's an exceptional talent. She's an incredible wrestler already. She has obviously the, what did she do? She has some shoot credentials, right?
Oh, I think she did some amateur wrestling. Yeah, I don't know to what level.
Wrestling. Yeah, but right when she came in, you could already see that she knows what she's doing, you know, in that sort of way. But she sold her soul to Nanae Takahashi, so she was disqualified from making it near my list.
Based, yeah.
Do you want to do like snake draft? You want to reveal your second place next?
Oh, sure. I can reveal my second. My second, I'm not even going to talk a lot about it because you guys have heard me talk about her. It's Senka. So 2024 debut, 60 matches. So,
okay.
I guess the one thing I do want to highlight is that she's a student of the game. And that is something that I value very highly on this list. Like she watches a lot of pro wrestling and stuff like that. So.
Yes. We can talk. No. Anyway, my number 2 is Akira Kurogane from Stardom.
Shit. Damn, you went high on her. I like that.
I really like her lately. Like, especially lately. Like ever since, I've always been like, high on her since her debut. I think she has like just a cool aura and demeanor to her. Like, before she started, even she came across as like a really cool wrestler to watch. She took the name of one of my favorite wrestlers of all time and took her haircut, and like that's
what's the wrestler's
pretty
name,
ballsy,
Tim?
right? Akira.
No, your favorite wrestler's name? Yeah, Hokuto. Yeah. So sometimes we talk about people, we don't say their names. Yeah, Akira
I thought
Hokuto.
that was implied. Yeah, it takes balls, right, to get like a very similar haircut to Hokuto and like similar gear to like early 90s Hokuto and be like 2 feet shorter than Hokuto.
Yeah.
But still like taking her name and, yeah, but she's making strides, man. She's always had like this specific type of charisma to her that honestly reminds me a bit of Hokuto. Like this brooding, serious demeanor, yeah. but she also has a fun side that sometimes comes out like during the tag league with Busula and stuff.
Yeah.
And like especially since that tag league run, I've really been high on her. And like these last couple of weeks, she has like, I think it's really been like underrated, kinda underreported, like not talked about enough. Like she had a lot of singles matches in the last couple of weeks that were all like really, really great to me for her level and like for rookie matches in itself, like the ones with Rian, Hanako.
The Rian match is underrated. I'm just going to say it now.
Yes.
That Rian match at Takadana Baba on the 24th, I keep thinking about that match, which means it was a really good match. That one's underrated for sure.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm really high on Akira. I hope she's going to continue to do well and climb the Stardom ladder.
Yeah, so she didn't make my list, but she was in honorable mention. I did flirt with putting her on my list multiple times. So 2025 debut, 129 matches. She is aura incarnate. Okay. I love her look. I love the way she sells. So like when she's an underdog, she's great. And I also love the way she bullied Rianne. The fact that she can work both sides already, with such confidence is a really good sign of how good she's going to be. She is absolutely going to be great.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we decided there are so many great rookies. We wanted to do a couple of honorable mentions before we reveal our number one spot. If I may start with this, because this might just mean the end of our podcast forever, right?
Oh. You didn't put her in your top 5? If you're about to say Celine Mizora, I'm actually going to rage quit this podcast now.
Okay, let's move on to my other honorable mentions.
No! That's like, well, now it's obvious what my number one is. Yeah.
The unfair, like the unfair disadvantage Celine has for me is just that I'm not familiar enough with her work. Like, I've barely seen any matches. I think I've seen 3 Celine Mizora matches. Granted, one of them was fucking insane, and that alone catapulted her to into let's say the top 6 rookies for me. But I just couldn't justify putting her in there over all the others that I know so much better. And I think she's sick. I think she's gonna be great, but she just didn't quite make my top 5. Other honorable mentions. There were a couple of people on the list that I really, really dig a lot and rate highly, but that just felt wrong to me in the list because they don't feel like rookies anymore to me. That's like a Himawari, for example, a Chanyota, even a Miran. I was like, Miran has been wrestling since 22, right?
Yeah, but how many matches she got? She's got 167.
No, I get that. Miran and Masahiro are for me like the 2 standout younglings, I guess. But I just couldn't find a place for them in my list.
Yes, also, I had Miran too, so just to touch on her.
Okay.
I had her in my honorable mentions. I had her in my list to begin with, my top 5. And the reason I removed her is because I thought about her wrestling style, actually. She wrestles like really fast paced, high risk, no fear. First of all, I'm kind of worried she's going to injure the fuck out of herself. But aside from that, I was wondering, like, can I see her putting on a Korakuen Hall level main event in 5 to 10 years? Like, she's so spectacular athletically, like Maysara, but she might not get to that level where she has like a 20-minute, like, main event level match. Like, she could just stay being like an undercard notebook match specialist, for example, right? And like not reach the top of the scene. So that's my only hesitation with Miranda. I don't know which way it will go, but I'm excited to see which one it is. For Masahiro, I also had her in my honorable mentions. So she's got 93 matches, 2024 debut. She's the 8 or 9 year old we talk about in Hot Shushu / Ice Ribbon. Yeah, I'm buying stocks now. Like, it's not normal to have the matches she does at her age. It just isn't.
No, absolutely not.
Has a child wrestler ever had matches as good as Masahiro? Like, what were Rina, Hina, and Ruaka's matches like? What was Nanami like? What was Riho like in Chocopro? Yeah, so I haven't watched those, but if they were as good as this, I'd be shocked. But maybe they were. I mean, maybe Rina was. Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
Yeah. Some other honorable mentions, obviously, Aihu-san didn't quite make the list, but she's on our Special Little Guy rise right now.
That's an SLG list for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Uta Takami I really vibe with, but I just couldn't justify.
She's also my honorable mentions, yeah.
Echika Miyabi also.
Also in my honorable mentions, yeah. Dude, she's already fucking great though. Like, I think her potential is a lot, her potential is one of the best bigs in the scene. Like that is literally her scene.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah.
So it's not enough to get her in my top 5 list, but people do need to know about her. She's like the real deal. She has a great look. She's athletic for being really tall. She's over. She has a signature move, like a nasty overhand baseball chop. She can work stiff. She's young. She's only got 71 fucking matches. Like, she has all the tools needed to make it big in the scene. Yeah. But, yeah, we'll see.
She needs to get on a proper promotion first. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. From Naniwa Joshi Pro Wrestling, I wanted to shout out Lady Kurara. Has a really good name.
I don't even know
so
that
she
is.
made my. I don't know either. You put her on the list though.
Yeah, well, I just read a script. Yeah.
And my last shout out would go to Stardom rookie Anna J.A.S. 150 matches. I haven't seen her in a while. She had a pretty impressive 5-star, pretty good matches.
Wait, was she on the fucking list?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I looked her up. She has 150 matches. Yeah. That was kind of funny to me.
That's fucking crazy.
So she qualifies. Julia Hart as well. Julia Hart has like 123, I think. But since
like,
Anna JAS actually was in Stardom before, I decided to give her on.
Anna and Julia Hart are like Masahiro is a better wrestler than them, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone on the list probably is, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were my honorable mentions. So yeah, it's either I don't really see them as rookie and they felt wrong in the list, or like just didn't quite make it.
All right. Well, I'll rattle mine off quickly. So Yuka from Ice Ribbon was originally on the list, but I removed her because she's not in the spirit of the award. She debuted in 2013 and she actually had 206 matches, so just above it. She re-debuted after 9 years. She retired at 18. She's now 27, but I think she's the best wrestler that's close to this criteria, but it's just not the spirit of the list. Then quickly through the Stardom group, we spoke about Ane, who was on my list, spoke about Akira. Motoi Hamabe, I think she might end up being the best in-ring, like bell-to-bell wrestler of the Stardom 7, to be honest. I think she is a beast. I think you can see it when she wrestles, like how quick she is with the wrestling. So it kind of like reminds me a bit of like Seri / Hashimoto style. Like a bit shooty vibes. I think she's really good at that. But the injuries are the scary part. And Fuwa-chan, obviously, because she's only had like 7 matches, and I think she's an active performer.
I thought about shouting her out as well, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then the Marigold group, just we haven't spoken about. She's only got 35 matches. I just want to see more. Well, yeah, I just want to see more of her. That's why I didn't put her on my list. She's doing part-time school, so I'm just going to be patient with that. I think she's going to make many of these lists in the future, but now just wasn't the time. Then we got Chanyota. I did have my honorable mentions just because I think she deserves one because she's only wrestled 112 matches, so which surprised me, and she only debuted in 2021. So anyway, just shout out to her. Yuka Satsuki from 2AW. I've seen her a handful of times. Every time I've seen her, I've been impressed. She's big, she's chunky, and she's fucking great. I think she's going to be like a big Hoss imposing figure. Like a better you, basically, is probably her ceiling. She had a match against Celine Mizora, and I thought she was great in it, so that probably contributed to this. She's only had 77 matches, and she debuted in 2025. Coco debuted in 2023, only has 29 matches. So I'm not even sure I'm not sure if all her matches are being picked up. So she might have like 50 or 6 at the end. They're just not being shown on Cage Match because she's in a local promotion in Fukuoka. She's had a title match with Mai Iwatani at Korakuen Hall already. She's clearly athletically talented, but I kind of see her in a similar lane to Moran. So I couldn't find a place for her in my top 5. Yeah. So
yeah. Then
I just have to shout out all my actress girls, queens, okay? So, because there's so many of them that qualified for this. Like, Marino Saihara was like the ace of the champion in 2025, and she's had 117 matches, and she's 34. So, they just don't have a lot of matches, and they're still really fucking good, and I think that needs to be called out. Like, when you're that good with that little experience, like, I think it's noteworthy. Nagisa Shiitsuki is 106 matches. Sakura Mizushima is 126 matches. Chiyoba is 59 matches. And then my forearm queen, Kana Yufuku, obviously, 11 matches. So, alright. I already know who number 1 is.
You do?
Yeah. You haven't mentioned someone so obvious. And everyone knows who mine is, so I don't know why would, like, being suspenseful, just go for it.
Yeah, obviously it's Senka.
Yeah.
She's just too good. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think we need to talk about it.
She's going to be a huge star, I think, if everything goes right. So
it's just whether she can do that in Marvelous. I actually don't know. Like, Miya Momono, for example, right, is incredible. But, like, how many people know about Miya Momono? Like, where does she end up on all of these lists? Like, FMS 50, 30 under 30, like, One Observer. Like, she's literally nowhere to be seen. So it's like, you wouldn't really consider her a star, but she's like one of the best wrestlers in the world. So it's
I do wager that they are maybe grooming Senka for being the next Hashimoto more than the next Miya Momono or whatever. And you could say Hashimoto is like a scene-wide star, right?
No, she is. Hashimoto definitely qualifies as more of a star, yeah.
And obviously Hashimoto is Sendai Girls and not Marvelous, but like, I mean, she's already having a Sendai Girls belt. Maybe that's just, I think that, I don't know. These promotions are pretty close, like in talent. Yeah,
but not in international footprint. Like I think that's changing actually in 2025. I think Marvelous is becoming more popular again.
Yeah, I think so too. But I wouldn't be surprised if she switches maybe to Sendai Girls, or like they promote her just as heavily as Marvelous does. I don't know. I could see her like being the next Chihiro Hashimoto for the Joshi scene as a whole.
I don't know. Yeah, well, you're onto something because Senka is definitely popular in like the West, right? Like she gets covered quite heavily by like even people who don't watch Joshi probably know. I mean, look at her placing on the fucking Rookie of the Year award, right?
Absolutely,
that's fucking insane for like a marvelous rookie to like end up second on Wrestling Observer newsletter for all the reasons you gave. So yeah, she definitely
that's
has
what a viral moment can do for you.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The WrestleMania match was absolutely like what got her up there.
Wait, she was on WrestleMania?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. No, I completely agree. She's definitely going to be a star. I had a second, and the only reason I had a second was, you know, I had to put my SLG first. So, do you know who I've got first?
Hell yeah. Does it start with an S?
It starts with an S, yeah. It is. Celine Mizora, obviously. So she debuted in 2025. She's got like 20 matches. She doesn't have a cage match profile yet, by the way. She's taken some outside bookings, so I don't know her exact number of matches. I'm guessing it's like less than 20. I want her to become like a Manami Hatsu or a Veni or a Suri type wrestler. Just bully people on the independents for like 5 to 10 years. I think she has that attitude. If you split your head open from a shoot headbutt at the start of your career and you just keep on barreling forward, I think that is unique, okay? I think, like, I have thought this ever since she faced Veni in a singles match, to be honest, because I was watching that match and I was like, why is she not wrestling like a rookie? It did not feel like she was, like, it was so weird, like, how much she got in against Veni and how unafraid she was to hit Veni hard, who you know is going to beat the fuck out of you, right? That's just what Veni does. So like the main word to describe Celine is she's just cold, you know, in a good way. She's got like ice in her veins. She's calm in every scenario, which is very, very un-rookie-like. And she's still only 20. And I think that's an important characteristic to have. I think people underestimate how fucking tough you need to be to main event in the Joshi scene. Okay? Those main event big matches are gruesome. It's dangerous bumps, stiff strikes, long matches. If you can show that you can withstand pain and maybe even enjoy it a little, apparently in Celine's case, I don't know, then I think you can go far in this scene. And the ones who don't are the ones that like don't have the heart in it or being the best wrestlers in the world. I think it's really important about what you want to do and your ambition. And when you grow up idolizing Suri and Veni, you're a sicko, okay? And that is an important quality in development. So that's why she's not more.
Yeah. No, awesome. I like that pick a lot. Like, go with your special little guy. Maybe I don't really have a rookie special little guy, you know? That's why I like the best rookie one.
Maybe Akira?
Senki. Yeah, she's in the territory, but she's no like, I don't know. She's not quite that. Maybe. I don't know. But like, Senka may be the obvious pick, but it's obvious for a reason, right? She's just...
Yeah, I mean she's legit good, yeah. Cool. All right. Should we get on to the reviews? 1 hour and 20 minutes in?
I mean, we had to.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get it. First, Stardom. We watched the Stardom Nighter in Korakuen from February 13th. It was a Korakuen Hall show with 1,138 in attendance, which in my opinion is a success because I expected this card to be the first one in a while to dip below 1,000 because it was just like, it was a pretty nothing card in the first place. They kinda like, I don't know when they're gonna have overstayed their welcome in Korakuen, but it's still working obviously. They have done so many Korakuens lately and yeah, like everyone was a bit tired out from the Osaka show maybe, so I thought maybe this was gonna be a bit of a failure, but it wasn't. 138 is a respectable number still. So
it ranks 54 out of 148 Korakuen halls in history for Stardom, and I think they can't go below 1,000 right now. To be honest, no matter what card they put on, because this was worst case scenario. It was a card that was announced literally the day before. They'd already done 5 Korakuens in 2026 before this, or something like that, or 4. No, it was 4 before in January, and the card itself is kind of like a standard house show card. I think Stardom are getting so hot that they can just do New Japan style Korakuens now. So if someone skipped this show, I think they wouldn't be missing much in terms of like storyline progression, except if you're like really into Momo Kogo's progression and maybe Rianne. And that's kind of fine because Stardom's business position has changed. They don't need to stack Korakuens anymore. 2025 was the year they did that, right? With fucking red belts on all the shows. And I mean, Tam, Saya, Loser Leaves Town was literally on a Korakuen Hall event, which main event, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I just don't think we're going to get any red belt defenses on Korakuens anymore. And I think they want to start moving them to bigger arenas and building them bigger, which is exactly what New Japan does. So I think they're just progressing in the same way. This is what it means to become a big company, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. And even like New Japan at the start of last year, they did below 1,000 a couple of times.
It's like because they don't care about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, this was, as we said, there's not that much to say about this show. So this won't be your typical 2-hour Stardom review that you usually get from us. Do you have any overall? I thought we just gave our overall.
Yeah, I just gave them. Yeah.
The opening match was Fuwa-chan teaming with Husky.
Whoa. You forgot about the opening segment where Suzu Suzuki was in the ring accepting a certificate of appreciation from the Tokyo Red Cross Blood Center for Stardom's blood donation awareness campaign. Right, now you can move
I actually didn't see this.
Oh, okay. No, because people were like wondering if like
late a bit to that.
Yeah,
right.
People were like wondering if Suzu was like retired or something. She was just accepting a certificate on behalf of the wrestlers, basically, because for blood, the Red Cross Blood Center in Tokyo.
That's good to know. This was one of the few Stardom shows I watched live. Like haven't done that in a while during the week because I was sick at home.
Yeah,
but I tuned in a bit late, so. I missed the start of the opener as well, I think.
Did you see Anna Kanaya's entrance?
I'm not sure. Was it important?
Yeah, it was. So the opener was Anna Kanaya and Aya Sakura versus Fuwa-chan and Hazuki. And Anna Kanaya came out doing a dance with Aya Sakura.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
They did a synced up dance. That is a strong Cosmic Angel signal, okay? So,
hell yeah.
I think she's going to be a Cosmic Angel.
She has to be, right?
I mean, they're making it very obvious. Coded. Yeah, and they're making it very obvious. Especially with like the Pineapple Unimon connection. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a done deal.
Yep, that's very good. Shit, I should go back and watch that actually.
Just watch the dance. I know you're going to do that.
Anyway, I thought this rocked generally. I think Fuwa is very good. Fuwa got the pin here. Was this her first pin? I think so.
Yeah, it was her first win, yeah. With a Shining Wizard, which looks fucking...
Her Shining Wizard is so cool, man.
It looks almost better than Kaito Kiyomiya's, which is saying a lot. Yeah, it is good.
Yeah. And even Ane I thought was good in this match. She had like a mean Boston Crab on. She turned it into a single crab, but... Yeah, very
for me, this was the match of the night. I'm not gonna lie.
It was?
Yeah.
Wait, let me think about this. Maybe, actually, yeah. Why not? Sure. I'm not as high on the high-speed match as some others are, so yeah.
Well, yeah, but I thought you would have Poi and Rian. I mean, okay, well, let's finish off the first match. So, I guess there were some sloppy parts in the first match. But they're both rookies. It was like Fuwa-chan and Anna Kanaya. I think there was some sloppy part. But you have to like kind of judge rookies by different standards, right? So.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a good rookie match. And I think they did some good stuff in the match. So yeah, but I enjoyed this match a lot. I love seeing the showcase between rookies, so.
Yeah. I wrote, if Ane and Fuwa are the future of wrestling, we are in good hands. I don't know if Fuwa is the future of wrestling because.
Well, she's
I don't know how long she's gonna go, but.
Yeah.
Either way, that was my conclusion from this one.
Yeah, and then just quickly backstage. So Fuwa-chan and Hazuki get backstage, and then Fuwa-chan's like, "Let me take a selfie," and so they do. They took a selfie, and then she name dropped Himeka, which I didn't know there was a Fuwa-chan Himeka connection, but I assume it's from something a few years ago, and I just didn't see it. So I'm assuming that's like
Himeka was in any of her matches though.
2022 or something.
Yeah,
wasn't Himeka still around? Maybe she trained her or something. I don't know.
Wasn't it all with Queen's Quest members?
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Husky, Kuruma, and Queen's Quest members or something?
All I know is she name dropped her. And then... Oh yeah, they kind of hyped up her and Ane having a rivalry. because obviously they trained together in the dojo, and Ane received louder crowd chants than Fuji-chan, so they mentioned that
That's
backstage.
crazy, actually.
Yeah, and then what Ane said was that she's going to wait until she's stronger to announce which unit she's joining. It's Cosmic Angels.
I actually read that, or like saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Her part of that interview. Anyway, as you just mentioned, the next match was Natsupoi against Rian. Honestly, I don't have that many memories of this match. I do know that I loved the first one. They had, was that in a 5-star?
No, they did have one in a 5-star, but before that, they had a tag match. I don't remember if it was a tag or a 6-person tag. And they had a sequence together that was like a sick mini singles match. And it was like Rian's best performance ever. So they have a really fun dynamic together. And yeah, so that's kind of what I was expecting. But I'll be honest, I'm probably not as high on this match either, because,
this wasn't as good as the previous ones, no.
No.
That was
I think Rian's a fun character to root for. And there are some matches where it totally works. Like, I mentioned earlier, her match with Akira a few weeks back, I thought was fucking great. Here, I thought it was good. But I think I have like 2 better Rian singles matches than this one. So this one was a good match, just to be clear. But I think there's 2 better performances she's had in singles actions. One is against Hina for the future title at Conversion. That was a great match. And then the Akira match that I just mentioned. So I also liked her match against Mira Koga in Sendai Girls in the Jaja Uma tournament. So this Poi match ranks behind those for me, but I still think it was good. But the problem I have with Rian is the most I've ever loved Rian is when she like shoot DDT'd herself twice in a match. If no one's seen that, it is incredible because she takes a DDT bump, assuming Miyu Amasaki is going to DDT her, and Miyu doesn't go for the DDT, and then it happens again, like 20 seconds later, and I like, you know, when you were saying with Miku Kanai, you liked it more she was getting her ass beat. I like Rian more when she's botching. So now she's actually getting better. She's less interesting to me.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. I do enjoy that both Rian and Sayaka Kurara are bringing the sleeper hold back.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like maybe that's the most boring move, but they somehow make it interesting. It's also a lot on the people taking on the people taking it.
I mean, look at what Konami's doing with that move. You know, she's finishing all her matches with it.
Okay, maybe Konami is mainly bringing it back.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a cool move. Yeah. It's a good move.
Natsupoi destroyed her at one point with a German. Like,
yeah,
Rian.
Yeah.
That was a sick German.
That's the only note I had from the match. So yeah.
Fair. We move on. Or do you have anything on the post-match?
No, that's it. There was no post-match.
We move on to a tag match between Kikyo Furusawa and Maki Ito. They were defeated by Rana Yagami and Tomoka Inaba of God's Eye. Do you have anything on this one?
Well, no, but Kikyo might be a part of the Ito Respect Army. So
I think she already is. I think that's pretty much confirmed, right?
I mean, yeah, I think it's official now. I mean, she came out wearing a t-shirt with the words Ito Respect Army. So there you go. She was learning a lot of Maki's spots on the fly, I could tell, because she was like looking over at Ito a lot, like on what to do. So, I mean, that was kind of fun aspect of it though. And there was a new finisher for Rana, Yagami. So I love that Rana is still figuring herself out, and I think it's awesome to witness in real time.
Do you know what it's called? For the first time. It was almost like a Death Rider, right? I don't know what she calls it, but that was sick.
Yeah, it's kind of like a... Well, they do like a twist in the air, right?
Did she?
I don't know what... Yeah, I think it's like a twist.
Okay.
Fuck, what's the move?
So more like the Andrade thing almost?
Yeah. A bit like the Andrade thing. A bit, yeah. It's called the Beatbuster because she's a drummer, so she names her moves after drumming stuff. So yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, it looked sick. That was a nice new finisher.
So I just wanted to say, I think people like Tomoka and I guess Itsuki Aoki and Rini Yamashita fall into this category as well. I think them working in Stardom is fucking vital, and I think it's one of the reasons I'm more optimistic about Stardom's talent progression than Marigold. I think it's it's an insane thing to isolate yourself from the independent scene when there's so much good talent on the independent scene and you can learn stuff from them. And Rana's run on the indies, I think she did come back better from them. And Tomoka being in these matches, like she hits so hard and she works in such a different way that it's great for the younger wrestlers to wrestle Tomoka. So I was thinking that when like Kikyo was like working with Tomoka in this match. And I love that Stardom kind of recognizes that it's the best place to do talent, like to bring in independent talent and letting their talent do independent shows. Cause it's like all one living, breathing ecosystem, right? Stardom is the biggest organ by far.
Yeah.
But Stardom needs a blood supply, right? They need like limbs to move and that all creates like one coherent system. Marigold is like the limb that like cut itself off the blood supply, right? It has no feeling. It might need amputation unless it reconnects to the blood supply. And like they should just go back to like the Marvelous rivalry, for example. Like why did that stop? Like why haven't they done Mayumiyo? So I think it's really important to keep in touch with the independent scene, basically.
Yeah, for sure. She also did like, she took a DDT from Maki, Tomoka that is.
Yeah.
She just did a full like headstand on the apron. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, awesome. Then in the backstage comments, so Rana will be on the Inaba Sisters produce show, teaming up with Yurika Oka and Koko against Chikaya Nagashima, freelancer Yu Yamagata, and also Mirai. So
Wait, on which
Rana,
show?
it's just the JTO produce show. For the Inaba Sisters are producing it. So Rana really wanted to face Mirai, so they're trying to turn it into a singles match, but they're starting off with a 6-person tag. The fact that they're mentioning this in Stardom backstage comments, I think is cool. I wonder if we're closer to Mirai in Stardom. That might be. Like, can you imagine they do a singles match between Rana and Mirai?
All-Star Grand Queen them. Bring it.
Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that because that was interesting.
Yeah, that's great. Up next, we had Maika and Xena defeating Tabata and her tag team partner.
I got nothing. The only thing I wrote was...
How do you say her name? India Shiux?
Oh, I don't
Do you pronounce the X?
Shu. I don't know. Shushu.
Let's just move on.
India Shushu. Yeah.
What did you have on this?
I just wrote that Tabata respectfully is a baddie, is all I got on it.
Yes, she is. Can't deny.
Can't deny that.
Right, Maika won with a big Michinoku driver. My main note for this is that I was just glad to see Maika move well and be there at all. After how she looked after the Osaka show, and it looked like she couldn't move her arm at all, the right one.
Yeah.
I think she had like a mini stinger or whatever, but apparently she was fine after, so that was good. Anyway, after that we had the Neo Genesis. We had an 8-man tag match between Neo Genesis and God's Eye. You all know who's in those groups, so what are your thoughts?
Kyoka Kotatsu, I guess. Her kicks are just good now, right? Like we used to say, she was there for like comedic effect, right? Because
Asumi still no-sold her though.
Yeah,
Asumi didn't give a fuck.
Which is because Kyoka's kicks actually look good, so you can sell them now, surely. Yeah.
She could sell them, she didn't here. Also, Nanami was obviously in the God's Eye.
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't mention
here, which is something that stood out, obviously. And yeah, I don't really have much on this otherwise. Good to see Nanami in God's Eye. That's cool that they kept that up, that connection. And Miya Masaki pinned Lady Z.
She's picking up some wins, huh?
Yeah, she's on a roll lately. Are they like soft pushing Miya Masaki?
I mean, she was eating a lot of pins and like during like the tag league, right? So maybe.
Yeah. Maybe she's getting those back. Who knows? Either way.
Oh, did you see the post match? Like Ami Sourei was straddling Mei Sarah and like holding her hands. Okay, you didn't see it. That's fine. It was quite kinky.
Okay. No, I didn't really notice that.
I don't know why she was doing that, but she was.
Ami Sourei and Mei Sarah?
Yeah, Ami Sourei was literally straddling Mei Sarah, so Mei Sarah was like on her back, and Ami Sourei was like, yeah, straddling. You know what straddling is, right? She was straddling Mei Sarah. like sitting on top of her chest and holding her hands.
Awesome. Either way, we got Mi Vida Loca next. They defeated Hanako and Waka Tsukiyama. It was Akira Kogane and Itsuki Aoki. Yeah, I'm over this. Why is Mi Vida Loca still having matches with, like, not Empress Nexus Venus, who are still teaming? Is this like the Los Ingobernables deal in New Japan, where, like, EXV are just gonna keep hanging out together and feuding with the same people? And
Unbound company. Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm over this. You already made them disband. Stop killing them. They're already dead, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Itsuki killed Waka one more time for good fun, I guess.
Let's go.
And they won.
This was to build to the future match, by the way, between Akira and Hanako, which is happening on 28th of February.
Oh, yeah. They just had a New Blood match, right? Which was pretty fun, too.
Yes, they did.
Akira and Hanako.
Yeah, on the 4th.
Yeah. So, anyway, I got nothing. High-speed match next. Yuna Mitsumori. She defeated Momokogo in 13 minutes about. Many people were very high on this match. Many said Momo's best match ever.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I wasn't as high on it, honestly. I thought there were some great near falls towards the end. I was surprised how much Yuna actually gave her. I think Yuna could have defeated her a bit more convincingly, honestly. That's just my opinion on Momokogo, though. I think Yuna always tries her best to give everyone a great match, though. That's higher on her priority list than to look like a Superman, even though she pins people with a Superman pin, which she also did here. I think with Momo, it's still like even if the match is built really well, like psychologically, and the near falls are great, the in-between is still like not there for me in a way that grabs me for a match, you know what I mean? So I just never really got into it. I think there was 0% chance that Momo's gonna win here. And even with some incredible near falls, they never really got me there. So yeah, maybe it was Momo's best performance. I always thought, for some reason, when Momo is wrestling in the US, she somehow has great performances out of nowhere. She like turns into another wrestler once she enters the US border for some reason. So I think maybe actually her best performance I can remember was over there. Maybe for that New Japan show where Willow won the New Japan Strong Belt. I think they had a little mini tournament. And I think Willow faced Momokogo in the first round, and that was actually a really good match, if I remember.
I haven't seen
that's in my memory the best Momokogo match. And she also had like a TNA match once, weirdly enough. She went over there with Julia once and had like a match with Diona Perazzo and another person from TNA. And she kind of ruled in that match too. She was like outshining the TNA wrestlers so hard. It was funny. Like, it's so silly, the contrast when you see it, like where Momokogo is in the pecking order for Stardom, but then she wrestles some TNA women and she's just like fucking blowing them out of the water. It's so funny.
Smurfing.
All right, Eric, what was your opinion on this one?
I haven't seen those matches you mentioned, so by default, this was the best Momo match that I've ever seen. That doesn't mean it was like insane. Like, I still think it, like, you know, it's like a 3.25, 3.5 maybe star match, but it was really good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be way worse than it was, especially after the first few opening minutes. I kind of started off hating the match.
Same.
I thought it was going to be a disaster, but then it got really good towards the end. That being said, I will still take a 70-year Meisara title run over this, to be honest. I don't think it's been a good hit rate for Yuna Mizumori so far compared to Meisara, but I mean, I guess that was kind of inevitable. It's fucking Meisara, right? But no, there were some really cool moves in here, like the super cool Super Frankensteiner from Momokogo. I liked the near fall on a seatbelt pin, and I think that's what she used to pin Unimon on the Osaka show, so that kind of, I mean, I didn't think she was going to win, but it was a good niffle. Like, I maybe popped a bit for it. there was I think there was like she was going for like a spinning back twister. At least that's what the commentators called it. I don't know why. But Momo went for it again, and then Unimon just fucking lariated at her out of her boots, which I thought that popped
Yeah,
me.
that was awesome.
There was a great crucifix drive. Oh, this is probably the best spot of the match. There was a crucifix driver from Momo to Yuna, and Yuna broke the pin. Yeah, broke the pin with her foot on the ropes. I just liked the way she broke the pin, I guess. It looked
that
really
was good, but I thought the crucifix driver was
I didn't care about... No, fuck the crucifix driver is whatever.
The shortest crucifix driver I've ever seen, maybe. It was so slow and...
But the way Yuna broke the pin was awesome.
Okay.
One of the best rope breaks. And I love that Yuna is finishing the match with that pin. You called it a Superman pin, because I think she should. It's a high-speed match, and it's a really good near fall. So if she wins matches with that, it builds up credibility. So I think the match was good. The start of the match was cheekster, but it got really good.
I don't know what she calls it. This is the Colt Cabana pin, right? And I think she actually got it from him. I think she likes him for whatever reason.
Wow.
And she
likes
calls
Colt
it the
Cabana,
Superman pin. I think I read that once, that she legit does the move because she loves Colt Cabana or whatever.
I mean, I don't.
And he calls it the Superman pin, as far as I know. So
cool.
Either way, we had next up the big fuck off.
I'm so over these matches, I'll be honest.
Yeah. They're on every show now, it's crazy. It's always like all of hate against some conglomeration of
they're doing that on purpose,
baby faces.
That part,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're always setting up the next big hate feuds, obviously, but yeah, it's kind of like it's becoming a bit samey, you know.
Yeah, like what I mean by not caring about this is I rarely get into the action on these matches. They're just, there is house show as house show can get, which, isn't bad. You can't go hard all the time, but this is like a Korakuen main event, and I just didn't care much for it. I thought it was kind of hilarious, to be honest. There's fucking bodies flying everywhere. I just can't take it seriously. But yeah, I mean, it was better than that 14-person one, I guess, on Takadana Baba. So, but Konami was pinned by Hina. So this is kind of what, Hina's quite over, and then the most interesting part, I guess, of this main event was the promo after. So this was the pinfall that made Konami accept Hina's challenge officially, and Konami was just like, fine, let's do it. That's literally her response. And once again, the babyfaces close out the show and say it's hate versus everyone right now. So I just think they're booking very obviously to hate falling at Yokohama and it being at the hands of all the baby faces. So they're not like talking about specific units taking down hate. They're talking about the baby faces. So Hanan might probably beat Konami, and then whoever's going to beat Saya, whoever's going to beat the tag, the BMI 2000. I think they're all just going to be different. So what do you think is going to happen with the artist title? Actually, I was thinking about that. Because Konami is both artist and white belt.
I have no idea. Maybe they're gonna lose it right after or right before.
I think they might do it before.
Maybe, yeah.
So anyway,
makes more sense.
So the Sayaka storyline. So
I was gonna mention her, yeah.
So backstage,
okay,
Saori Anou is like, "So, Sayaka, you're challenging for the red belt next," and then Sayaka is like, "That's what I'm saying I want to do," and then Saori's like, "Yeah, you did say that." And then Sayaka's like, yes, I was so frustrated. Seeing Saori-san in Ryogoku fighting with all her emotions out in the open, having a match that incredible and still getting beaten up. She looked so cool, but I was still unbelievably frustrated. And I feel like it has to be me now. I'm the one who has to go. I'm going to win. I believe I'm the one who's going to beat Saya Kamitani. So I'll make her accept my challenge, no matter what. Then Saori is like, why are you saying it like you're not confident? What's wrong? Did you put your challenge out there and people said a bunch of things and now you're mentally spiraling a little bit? No? I thought it was awesome.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. Find a goal and take action towards it. Sayaka Kurara doing that is really cool. If you get results, it's going to be genuinely amazing. And thank you for saying you were frustrated about me. But Sayaka, focus on Sayaka. Think about yourself and keep moving forward. And then Sayaka Kurara said, yes, I'll make Saya accept my challenge and I'll win, no matter what. And then Saori Anou says, okay, Dot.
She's such a fucking robot. It's so funny.
So there you go. Some progression there about Saori basically encouraging Sayaka to go after the red belt.
Yeah, they beat Kurara up for quite a while in this match. It was good. I thought that was good. Because, Kurara's selling is always good. I got two more points about the match. At some point, Shuri and Saori teamed up. They were actually teaming, in sync with each other, which I thought that's, what a sick idea. Shuri and Saori, tag team? Hello?
Oh, yeah.
That was fucking sick. And also Hina. Hina's jackhammer looks fucking amazing.
I mean, Hina's every move looks amazing. She executes every move perfectly and beautifully and gracefully. And she can never do any wrong.
Great. Absolutely. And she's gonna lose.
She will lose to Konami.
But it's fine. She's being in
it's part of the story because she's
introduced into the white belt system or whatever.
Yeah, because she's Hanan's sister, and Konami beat Rina first, and then she's gonna beat Hina, and then Hanan's gonna be like, "Bitch, you beat Saida, my tag partner. You beat Rina, my sister. You beat Hina, my sister. Now I'm gonna beat you."
Yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. Maybe.
I mean, it is an insane miss if they do not do that. It is the most obvious thing ever.
Absolutely.
I might crash out over that. I might crash out. If Hanan is on the fucking opener doing some random match, I'm gonna crash out.
Sometimes it's weird with sometimes that's just the Western storytelling brain that tells us
there's no fucking way.
Now.
It's perfect.
And sometimes Japanese promotions just ignore the most obvious fucking
It'd be
shit
so funny if they did all of this setup and they're like, "Oh, we just did that. It's just coincidence." That would be insane to me.
That would be so insane. Yeah. But it's also maybe Hanan says, "I don't want to work Konami anymore because she injured me or whatever."
True.
Shoot backstage so they can't have the match or whatever. Something like that can always happen. So I'm never 100% sure about predicting any fucking storylines in Japanese promotions. Which is why I get yelled at by my editor.
Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out editor.
Either way. So this was the Korakuen show. We had another one. We had the Stardom in Fuji Shizuoka Fujisan Messe.
Yep.
Messehalle. It's on German.
Attendance of 534. Third best ever attendance at the arena, but they had a really great number of 647 in 2023, so it's hard for them to hit that again. So anyway, good number.
Yeah, good number for a nothing show, really. Mostly nothing show for me, anyway. Should we go about this in broader strokes?
Yeah, just literally say what you want to talk about. I don't think we need to go through every match.
Okay, I mean my main notes were from the Starlight Kid and Kikyo match.
Okay, so I'll let me talk about the opener then, because I think that was one of my favorite matches because it's got my favorite people. So Movida Loca.
No, yes.
What? Oh, okay.
I was just saying my main notes were on the Starlight Kid match. I do also have something on the opener. That's true.
Okay. Akira Kurigane, Itsuki Oki, and Rini Yamashita against Natsupoi, Saori Ano, and Sayaka Kurara. This was super fun to me. Akira and Sayaka were great together. They had a mini singles match. I couldn't believe this was a house show because I also think they were wrestling really hard. So Sayaka speared Akira out of her boots for the finish, which was awesome. So yeah.
I think that's kind of what it's there for though, right? To showcase the younger talent, to give them more of a them more mat time or ring time in ring time. So yeah, this was absolutely great. Akira and Sayaka going at it. I loved it as well. I think Akira is really improving in the ring. She has some really nice, just the transitions between moves and stuff like that. I think she's doing really well now.
Agreed, yeah.
Anyway, after that was a comedy match with Saki Kashima, Maika, and Miyu Amasaki, which Miyu Amasaki picked up another win, which is maybe the only noteworthy thing about that. Just a lot of comedy, and in the end, Miyu outsmarted Maika in a way to pin Saki Kashima. No, she did her big ass fucking pedigree thing on Maika, right? And then rolled up Saki. That was the finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think you've already spoken too much about this match.
The next one was like the Luchadoras and Husky, against more Cosmic Angels, Ane and Cosmic Angels. Always good to see Ane, but really nothing about this match. This finisher though, the one I think India did on Ane, that looks it would destroy like your pelvis or like lower back. That looked rough to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing on this. I got no thoughts.
Neo Genesis defeated Maki Ito and Rian. What do you have on this one?
Yeah, so I kind of got spoiled on this one. So before people laugh, you can get spoiled for house shows. Okay, so because I went in to this match thinking it was going to be better than it was. I had fun. It was cool. But I didn't come away thinking that Maki and Rian did awesome. I kind of came away thinking Izumi and Mei are the best high-speed wrestlers on the planet, which is obviously true. So it doesn't mean like Maki and Rian were bad. They were good, but I just thought it was good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were hyped for like Maki and like for like Rian joining the Maki Respect Army or whatever. Because she would fit there. I think it would be a good landing spot for her after Empress Nexus Venus, you know.
I don't know where the fuck Rian's going. I don't know. She doesn't feel like she can fit into any unit, to be honest.
Have a go with Maki, why not? Maki with Kikyo and Rian.
I mean, maybe, but I kind of thought Rian didn't even fit into the EXV. I just don't know where she fits, to be honest.
No, I don't know either.
Yeah. Just throw her in stars, and then I can just ignore that.
I was gonna say, just give it to stars. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Hanako, Waka Tsukiyama and Xena defeated stars. Hanan Momokogo and Yuria Hime.
Hanako's got a really awesome big boot, I guess. I really like her big boot. One of the best in the scene, maybe Echika Miyabi, but it's close. So there was this really funny spot that Yuria did. I don't know if you noticed. Okay. Yuria was in the corner, okay? And she was who was it against? Hanako, right. She was like, okay, I'm gonna run at Hanako, and then Hanako's gonna big boot me, okay? So she starts running towards Hanako, and then she realizes that she actually wants to use the ropes first. So she turns around mid-sprint and goes back to bounce off the ropes and then gets big booted. I don't know why she just...
I saw that, yeah.
I had to watch it back. I was like, why did she change direction mid-sprint? So, this was hilarious, and this is exactly what I want to see from Yuria and Rian, okay? Don't do high-speed stuff. I just want you guys to DDT yourselves, run screaming and change directions. That's the shit I want to see.
I almost lost my shit on Waka Tsukiyama in this match. This was when I was still like in pretty bad condition, and my head was just exploding of like the most disgusting headache. And Waka did her fucking spot forever, and she was yelling in this like super high pitch as she always does, like her ass spot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just I was about to give up on everything. I was pissed off for the rest of that match, so.
Fair enough.
I actually took a break after this. I took like half an hour break from the show after this match.
Yeah.
I also did some newsletter work in that time, but still I just had to fucking just have silence around me for quite a while. Anyway, after this we had, I was surprised. I thought that this should have been the main event. This was Kikyo Furusawa's hometown. And she had a singles match against Starlight Kid, and I thought it was really, really good. I thought this rocked. It was obviously a double leg selling match, which always rock when Starlight Kid is in them, because Kikyo Furusawa obviously is slowly becoming the master of the ankle lock, which is great because she's doing really well at transitioning into ankle locks and doing all that fun stuff. So So both were attacking each other's legs, but I thought like Kikyo's selling in this match was extraordinary. She did so well at like selling her leg the entire match. Like she crumbled a bunch of times. Like it looked so authentic in a way. Maybe this is the kind of sell that like is perfect for a pro wrestler, but is almost a bit too over the top for like you never see that in like MMA or whatever. Someone crumpling like that, but like for a pro wrestling match, it's like just the selling you want from it, I guess.
I love something like this. I thought this was Kikyo's best performance, and it's not even close to me. And the reason for that was her selling. To be honest,
yes,
that's what made this match for me.
Yep, agree.
Did we mention it was Kikyo's hometown? I think we did, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Before this.
Yeah, did you know that even Diana is bringing in Kikyo for the Hamamatsu show in Shizuoka?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I guess she's becoming she's becoming popular.
They're really trying to make her in Shizuoka, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously this was her hometown, but I thought the crowd was really behind her too. Like it was good to see. They were there for her. They
were loud Kikyo chants to start the match.
Yes.
There were a lot of Kikyo calls like during the initial mat grappling.
During the end too, in the finishing stretch, they were
there was a lot of Kikyo Gambare calls.
Going hard for Kikyo, yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of chance for her.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, great performance by her. Either way, after that we had the random fuck off everyone against everyone match.
This match is a fucking blur. Like it's crazy. I watched it the first time. I was doing some work and then it finished and I was like, wait, what? And then I watched it again and it finished. And I was like, wait, what? It was like, I don't know. Yeah, the main event.
This one actually stuck out a bit
more.
Well,
only Konami and Hina.
One.
That was the only thing I remember.
Yeah, because the Konami Hina part was amazing.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember.
Other than that, I don't remember anything. No, okay. But Konami Hina was great. Like, their match is gonna go so fucking hard. Like, just these previews was so great between them. And I think, yeah, that's gonna be a banger for sure. Like, this finishing stretch here between Hina and Konami was pretty amazing. Like, I didn't care for anything else in this match, but that's worth watching maybe. I don't know. And then a surprising finish, to me at least, with Konami just straight up.
Oh, that's not surprising to me. I feel like this is how Okada works. Like he kind of trades pins between the champion and challenger on house stalls.
I guess Hina just pinned her on the Korakuen, right?
Yeah, they just trade pins a lot on tours.
I didn't even have that on my mind when I saw this finish that Hina just won the previous day. Yeah, no, that makes sense actually. Yeah. So yeah, maybe it does. Yeah, that's okay.
All right, should we? Oh, by the way, I guess just some other. I feel like I didn't talk enough about the kick because it was my favorite match of the show.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think Starlight Kid also had some pretty sick selling, to be honest. Like she was selling Kikyo's ankle lock, and it was like the crowd believed for a second that Kikyo could tap out Starlight Kid, which is crazy because they started chanting for Kikyo while she had the ankle lock on Starlight Kid, which was kind of crazy to me. And Kikyo kind of reminds me a bit of Rhea Seto, like in the way that she targeted Starlight Kid's leg in almost the exact same way. And if you think I'm making that up, they literally did the exact same drop kick against the bottom rope. They both do that same move. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Kikyo's submission transitions are really cool. I know she had that like day one, but they're getting smoother and better. So I can't imagine what she's going to be like in 5 to 10 years, to be honest. It's kind of scary to think about. So this match was really illuminating in that aspect. That it was very eye-opening for me, personally. I thought it was her best performance.
That is also kind of reminiscent of Rhea Seto, right?
Yeah.
Like these out of nowhere, like almost, completely unexpectedly great submission transitions.
Yeah.
Both like pull out of nowhere, and you just don't expect like wrestlers like, I don't want to say wrestlers like them, but like of the experience level and to just pull those transitions out of nowhere.
You expect Suri, you expect Nori, now called Rina. You expect people like that with like an MMA background and stuff like that, but not like rookies with no martial arts experience. Yeah.
Or like even Sari, you know. Yeah. But you know, certain rookies are just kind of known for like being great submission grapplers, but like, I don't know. I like Rhea Sato more than Kikyo, but I never had Kikyo like on the radar as like a great submission grappler that came out and over in the last 4 weeks maybe. She suddenly.
But she's always been doing these weird picking the ankle, I guess, for like an ankle lock, but not like full transitions to like different submissions moves and stuff like that. So I think she's just getting better at it, basically, like way better.
Right.
Like her mat grappling at the start, I guess, is like that was good, and I don't think she was doing that before.
I guess I don't really know how to call it, but like their charisma, their aura doesn't really scream like big bad shoot.
Oh no, obviously not. No. It doesn't match her aesthetic.
From Rhea and Kikyo. Yeah, the aesthetic, I guess. Yeah. So you just don't expect them to pull out these fucking insane holds out of nowhere. It's just kind of cool.
Cool. All right. Let's move into previews quickly. So 20th of February, there's a Saori Homecoming. That's a live show. So obviously the full card is announced now. I'm not going to go through all of it. Saki Kashima versus Saori Ano is a singles match. And then the main event is Miyu Amasaki and Starlight Kid versus Natsupoi and Saori Ano. And then there's still EXV and Mavila Loca to start. Hanako and Rian versus Itsuki Oki and Rina Yamashita. It's never ending. There's a big fuck off 12-person tag between Hate, Hanan Hina, Lady C, Momo Kogo, Rana Yagami, and Yurihime. Okay, yeah, it is what it is. Then they're in Osaka on the 21st, and it's got people like Shin Hirota Hirota.
What?
Yeah, well, it's because, do you remember the last time they were in Osaka? They set this up, and Ranmaru came out. I don't know if you remember.
Oh.
And she did like a promo last time they were here, and this is what it set up. So it's Ai Sakura, Hanako.
Oh yeah, on these small shows.
Yeah, Miyu Amasaki and Saori Ano versus Hibiscus Miyuki Takase, Ranmaru, and Sakura Hirota.
I remember I skipped like half of that show.
Yeah, because Miyuki Takase is kind of part of this Hibiscus Me group, so in Osaka. So I think she's from Osaka as well, and they were on her anniversary show, 7th anniversary show. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, so that's where that is. And then the main event is a 10-person tag with Kikyo Furusawa, Maki Ito, Natsupoi, Saika Kurara, and Yuna Mizumori. So Maki Ito and Kikyo and Cosmic Angels against Hate. So most of these shows, Hazuki is just working with the Mexicans, and so is Maika, which I guess makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
On the 22nd in Kobe, which is also a live show, I believe, the main event is obviously Ai Sakura, Natsupoi, and Saika Kurara, because Ai Sakura is from Kobe, and they're against Amisure, Rani, Yugami, and Syuri. Anything else fun on this show? Not really. Nah. And then on the 23rd, this is a VOD in Okayama. The main event is Amisura. Well, actually, I'm saying these are main events. I actually don't know because they changed the card order. I'm just assuming it was the main event because Ai Sakura is from Kobe. But I guess it could not be either as well. Fuwa-chan is on these cards. Well, she's on the 23rd in Okayama. Is she on all of them?
I didn't look.
No, I think she's only on the 23rd.
Cards.
But maybe, whatever. Oh, she's also on the 20th as well. Yeah, okay. So Fuwa-chan is working some of these shows. Cool. There's a 10-person tag on the 23rd. Anna Kanaya, Ai Sakura, Natsupoi, Saika Kurara, and Yuna Mizumori against Neo Genesis and Saki Kashima. There you go. So some fun stuff. Four shows in a row. Jesus.
That's crazy, yeah. They have a schedule.
Yeah. And then Korakuen on the 28th, which we've only got 2 matches, which is Akira Kurogane and Hanako for the future title, and Konami versus Hina for the white belt.
Yeah, that's gonna rock. Alright. Next up, we watched Tokyo Joshi Pro. They had a Korakuen Hall show. On February 14th, they had 732 in attendance, which is alright for Tokyo Joshi, I figure.
Yeah, it's the same numbers.
I don't know what the averages are.
Yeah, it's around that.
It was the Futariwa Princess Max Heart Tournament, day 4, the final day. And that was a fun show, actually. Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there were 2 awesome matches, like fucking great matches. Main event sucked, which we'll get to. But yeah, no, overall, I thought those two matches made up for pretty much everything on the card. I thought those two matches were genuinely...
Yeah, it's just astounding their ability to like pull me in with certain stuff, and then they do something that just fucking shatters all my enthusiasm.
Yeah, we can talk about the main event when we get there. I've got stuff to say about Brutes.
But we start with the opener. It was the rookie, Shion Kansaki. Unfortunately, she was defeated by Ren Konatsu. I thought that was pretty good. The springboard dropkick thing Ren Konatsu does looks cool.
Yeah, new finisher from Ren.
That was new, right? I wasn't wrong.
Yeah, okay, it was a new finisher, springboard dropkick, and she hit it perfectly. So I wonder how relieved she was that she didn't watch that. This was a good rookie match. So
yeah. Sometimes when I see stuff like that, I'm never quite sure if is this a new move? Fuck. Yeah. I don't know. It's just.
No, but both of these are good rookies for sure.
And yeah, absolutely. After this, we had a 8-man tag team match, which was the Bumping Gritters, Himawari and Shino Suzuki. They teamed with Kiss, Kick, Slash, Kaya Toribami, and Miyu Yamashita. Together, they defeated Chika Nanase, Hyper Misao, and Kakeru Sekiguchi. Wait.
And Kira-sama.
And Kira-sama. Yeah, someone messed up in the cage match here. They listed Hyper Misao twice. I've never seen that before. Should have read my own notes instead, which are correct. This was very funny, actually. You know what happened to me in this match?
Out of body experience?
No. I wrote down like very confidently Hyper Misao, Chika Nanase, Mahiro Kiryu, and Kira Summers. And then my first note was, damn, it's so crazy how much Mahiro Kiryu looks like Kakeru. After 5 minutes, I fucking realized it's
that's Kakeru.
Kakeru Sekiguchi. What the hell?
That's funny.
Because then I went to the card and saw like Mahiro Kiryu has a match.
Wait, she's doing double? She's a fucking workhorse.
I'm seeing double for Mahiro Kiryu's.
Yeah.
No, it was actually Kakeru in Tokyo Joshi Pro. That was like the main funny thing about this match. Himawari is cool. She did like, what did she do? That was like a deadlift vertical suplex thing.
I'm pretty sure
she always do that.
The Sunflower Tempest, I think, is that finish. I think it's like I think it's a jackhammer, right? I mean, it looks like a.
It looked so sick.
Well, it looks like
she straight up deadlifted her, like.
Yeah, it's like a brainbuster jackhammer, I guess is the only way to describe it. It's, yeah. Did you see Hyper Misao fighting Spirit out of Yamashita's high kick? I kind of burst out laughing at that. That was so ridiculous.
Sometimes Hyper Misao is so fucking funny.
Oh my god. Yeah. And it was such a sick high kick, like perfect sound to it. And Hyper Misao just fucking no-sells it. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was cool. In the end, Himawari got the win with that move.
Also, Yamashita did some comedy here, which she was like, they were all trying to profess their love for Miyu Yamashita because it was Valentine's Day, and Miyu Yamashita looks so happy, and I don't think I've ever seen her act like that before. So it kind of warmed my heart. And then she kind of went all kawaii, but then she rejected their love, and then they beat her up, and that's how the match started. But it was cute seeing Yamashita act like that.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, after that, we had the dream team of Max the Impaler, Pom Harajuku, and Raku.
God damn.
With a rare loss against Haru Kazashiro, Ryo Mitsunami, and Yuki Aino.
This is like your favorites against your least favorite.
Kinda, yeah. That's crazy. I don't have anything against Yuki Aino. I just always have like troubles recognizing.
Well, I was talking about Aniki, Ryo Mitsunami. So. Yeah,
absolutely. Aniki is. I didn't okay. She did get on my nerves at one point. When she went up against Max the Impaler, right? Obviously, she has to be the one to like overpower Max the Impaler, like the only person alive or whatever who can do that. Whatever. It was kind of fun until she decided she had to spear Max the Impaler into oblivion and be the stronger woman than like the fucking Mad Max freak or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, Max. I thought Max was great. Like they did an Alabama slam onto Haru, and that elicited huge Haru chants because it was like a crazy Alabama slam. So
yeah, that was sick. And does Max go by they them? I think
it's
so.
they them. Yeah.
Yeah, they flattened Hasashiro at one point.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah. The beginning was funny too. Did Raku eat the pin last time? They wrestled
last
together?
time or this time?
Last time, because at the start of the match, Max wanted to get rid of her, right? She
Maybe I
trade.
didn't actually understand that. I just thought Max hates Raku, and I kind of understood that. So I didn't know it was referencing something.
I thought it was funny. She just tried to exchange Raku for Yukiya, which would probably be a smart move, honestly.
It would, yeah. Raku's pretty useless, yeah.
Pom brought Raku back, and Raku was all sad,
and then Raku lost the match.
Sad.
So Max was right the entire time.
Damn. To Yuki of all people. Either way. What are your thoughts?
What? I kind of spoke about them. I don't have any others.
Next up, we had the DDT Iron Man Heavy Metal title match between Aja Kong and Mariho Kiryu, where Aja Kong finally got the win. Now, I think she pinned her a bunch of times already, right? But Mariho Kiryu somehow always wins the title back. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
First I thought they were gonna do a confusion spot with Kakeru, but that never happened, so. Anyway, Aja, Mahiro Kiryu actually kicked out of... No, she dodged the spinning fist from Aja Kong.
Yeah, she wouldn't kick out of that.
But she did that big old side slam throw thing and pinned Kiryu. What did you think?
I like the Aja Kong... I mean, I like the Aja Kong TJPW matches. They kind of work for me. I thought it was a good match.
Yeah, she's always fun. She's still great. Next up, we had our first good match of the show, maybe. You could say. It was Daisy Monkey, Arisu Endo and Suzume. They defeated Sarah Phoenix and Shoko Nakajima. Yeah, I thought this rocked. Suzume is great. Suzume is always great. But also Sarah Phoenix, I thought, looked great in this match. I didn't have that great of an impression when she had that singles match against Shoko, right?
Yeah.
But in this one, I thought she did really well.
I think this was her best performance in CWPW from what I've seen so far.
Yes.
But she still had some sloppy moments in this match. Like she almost shoot KO'd Arisu with a knee. I don't know if you saw that. Like,
okay.
Yeah, no.
I saw that. I thought it looked awesome, but maybe it was a bit too real then.
Yeah, no, I think that one was a bit too real. But, I mean, yeah. So Daisy Monkey are one of the best tag teams in the scene, right? So you were on the Suzume train a bit before me. I only got on the train during the Miyu preview tags leading up to the 4th of January. When I say get on the train, I don't mean she was bad before. I always knew she was good, but I mean, I started to see her as a top talent in the scene during those preview tags. That's when I was like, okay, Suzume is fucking legit. Arisu is obviously an excellent talent, so the tag team is just fucking great. It's literally not about TJPW or not. They could hang with like any tag team in the scene, so.
Yes. No, I totally agree.
I thought this was good.
Yeah. She did her awesome like rope walk bulldog thing and the ringer bell for the win. Awesome. And I think they're like pushing her well now. I think they know they got something with Suzume. They're giving her a hell of a lot of wins lately, and I think this is going well for her ascension.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, it was Hakuchumu, which is Miyu Watanabe and Rika Tatsumi. They defeated Mifu Ashida and Yuki Arai. Yeah, what do we have here? We have a fucking masterclass. An absolute banger. This was just insane. This match was just fucking ridiculous. It was so good. Everything about it, like the storytelling started like at the first second, basically. And by the end of the match, like I don't know, it left me speechless, honestly. It was so good. Like, I don't know. Do you want to go over it first? Or
why would you do that? If you pass it over to me, I'm not going to stop talking for like 20 minutes.
All right, let me get my shit in then.
Yeah, get your shit in first.
I thought, so basically the story of it is that Miyu Watanabe constantly out-wrestles Yuki Arai and kind of like shits on her in a way. Like she schools her, basically. Like she kind of makes a joke out of Yuki Arai during their like parts of the match when she just constantly like puts her in the holes, like easily gets out of any hold Yuki Arai tries.
She's out wrestling her, yeah. She's wrestle fucking
completely out wrestling her until like Yuki Arai kind of like fucking had enough and kind of snapped. They were both on the apron, landed on the apron at one point. Yuki Arai just fucking gives her a like.
It's just her full Nelson slam.
Like a rock bottom full Nelson. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, no, it's a full Nelson slam. It's just one of her signature moves. Oh.
From the apron to the floor, and Miyu was just fucking, I don't know, her soul left her body in a bad way. She was like, she sold this like she was fucking killed. Like, from the slam. I can't imagine that it felt any good in real life, but obviously, she fucking did everything to sell the absolute ever-loving shit out of this, and then she like...
Can I disagree with you? I think it was like a safe bump. I think it was a super safe bump. Like on the mat,
okay.
It's a flat back bump. That's what makes this even more incredible to me. The fact that she sold it the way she did. And it was probably like a normal bump that she takes. Like, it's from the apron, you have to remember. It's not like I don't think she was standing on the apron.
It sounded disgusting. She just splattered on this mat. I don't know how thick this mat is, or what. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it does suck compared to the ring. I imagine it does, but the fact it's a flat back bump kind of makes me think she was probably fine. And it's like a lower height.
She was fine, I'm pretty sure.
It's a lower height than an avalanche suplex, right? But the way she sold it,
yeah, that's kind of true.
The way she sold it, you would think it was like some Minami Toyota shit from like the 90s and like some crazy fucking bump. It was actually. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just wanted to say that. Go on.
Nah, this was just like after this. Miyu was just fucking killed. She couldn't move anymore. She like they rolled her back in the ring and I think Mifu Ashida pinned her. And like she didn't make any movement to kick out or anything. Like Rika Tatsumi came in for the save and like she just sold this like she was completely out. And Yuki Arai had this fucking fair play to Yuki Arai as well. She played her role like immaculately as well. She had this fucking murderous look on her face like I've never seen from Yuki before. And I wasn't actually aware that Yuki was already the legit number one contender for the title because I didn't see the show when they had that number one contenders match or whatever. So, I mean, obviously after the match, that was my main conclusion was these two are gonna have a match at the big show, and it's probably gonna fucking rule. And I would have never said that about a Yuki Arai match before, but she was good in this match, and Miyu just sold this match big time for me, and I think for everyone who watched it. Miyu is just a fucking miracle worker, and she's just absolutely incredible. She was, I don't know, she's best in the world material for sure. People need to understand that. And I think I'll give the mic over to you.
Well, I think you said it quite well. I mean, I've been saying it for a long time. Well, ever since I started talking about wrestling publicly, when I started writing about it and talking about it on pod. But I thought it privately for a long time. I mean, I have the receipts, the articles, the episodes on this podcast. I'm not trying to say it's hyperbole. She is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Okay. She just is. She's like a legitimate top 5 candidate for best in the world. And I mean both man or woman, just to be clear, if I actually have to even say that. If that sounds ridiculous to you, not in this podcast. If that sounds ridiculous to you, you just need to watch this preview tag. This was meant to be a random undercard preview tag but with Yuki fucking Arai, okay? Yuki Arai is a literal broomstick, okay? And Miyu makes her look like fucking Roderick Strong with how much she sold her back from the full Nelson Slam. It was insane. It's not even that. Like, even at the start of this match, when I was watching Miyu grappling, I was like, I just want to like watch her against like Hashimoto or something. It's crazy how good of a mat wrestler Miyu is. And it's not like she's a shoot wrestler, like an amateur wrestler. She like learnt this. Like obviously she's not as good a shoot wrestler as Hashimoto, but I feel like they're not far off. I feel like Miyu isn't that far off. And she's also a way better seller than Hashimoto. And then think about the way everyone thinks about Chihiro Hashimoto, where she was like, she actually got mentioned on the Outstanding Wrestler award, right? She was in honorable mentions. No one thinks about Miyu Watanabe that way, and I don't know why. Like, does no one watch Miyu Watanabe, like, when she's in action? She is legitimately the best seller in the world. Okay, I do believe that. Like, maybe it's her and Starlight Kid, but I think Miyu is better than even Starlight Kid. And there were like, so my first notes from this match are just gibberish, because I'm just like getting excited about Miyu like doing headlocks and like throwing Yuki into the corner with like aggressiveness. It's like she has like such attention to detail. Everything she did was perfect. And then there was like, Miyu did a chop to the throat of Yuki Arai. And Yuki Arai in the corner, and Yuki Arai sells it like she's been murdered. And I was like, I don't think I've seen Yuki do that before.
I was one of my comments here is like, I was legit wondering if they were shooting on each other at one point here.
Like Miyu,
they both reacted so fucking great, and Yuki Arai is like just how she reacted to everything and how she sold everything Miyu did to her was so fucking authentic and felt so real in a way that I actually wondered if like Miyu is shooting on her a bit.
And
she was so frustrated. She sold the frustration so well. Like Yuki, I mean. And I don't know.
Yeah, like when she got chopped in the throat, she was like, she was literally like almost dying from that. And it was a sick sounding chop as well. The whole crowd reacted to it. I don't even know how to describe that chop. It's like so non-TJPW, I guess. It's like the shit you would see in like the stiffest, hardest hitting Joshi matches, right? Like of all time. And it's just like they're in a TJPW like preview tag because it's Miyu Watanabe and she does this shit. What do we say about Suri when we talk about her best in the world case? We talk about her bringing people up, right? Like Kakeru at the Oz Academy Korakuen show. Yuri, she had a great match with. That's what Miyu does on a regular basis, okay? Like, that's why I think she's one of the best in the world. And just to go back to the selling, we spoke about it a bit. This selling was fucking insane to me. It completely immersed myself in the match. The fact you can have me go from not caring about the Miyu and Yuki Arai match to making me want to see it, you've done your job perfectly as a wrestler if you've done that. And she did that purely through her selling and also bringing out some great selling in Yuki Arai as well. Yuki Arai looked like a fucking beast. Yuki Arai, can we just take a step? I don't hate Yuki Arai, but if you call Yuki Arai like an excellent wrestler, I'll say you're full of shit, okay? She's a solid wrestler, but she is not like a top tier main event wrestler in terms of like how good she is in the ring. Well, Miyu made her look like that. Like, it was a random preview and it wasn't meant to be this good, and it was.
She looked like a fucking psycho by the end, Yuki Arai. Like I don't know.
It was incredible.
Something was in her expression that was really good as well.
Okay. Now, towards the end of this match, okay, she's selling her back like hell, okay? Did you see her block a suplex? I think it was Mifu Ishida was trying to suplex her. And Miyu was blocking the suplex and she was like punching her back. You know, like trying to like, it was like that attention to detail. Like who even thinks about doing that? Like it's hurting for her to block the suplex and she's thinking about selling that. Like she puts thought into every single motion she does. And then she's walking up to Ishida who's in the corner and she's like walking all crooked because her back is fucked from the fucking full Nelson slam 10 minutes ago. She's fucking insane. She's insane. Miyu Watanabe is insane.
Yeah. Even during her, like, spoiler alert, she still, like, pinned Mifu after a teardrop. And even, like, that teardrop looked like such a desperation version of it. Like she just had to get it done as quickly as
So
possible
that's what,
because
yeah,
her back couldn't.
I mentioned she was walking
Sorry.
crooked up to Mifu Ishida, and she literally just like, she's like, this fucking, and then she just picks Mifu Ishida and teardrops her immediately, because she wants to get the fuck out of there. So she just ended it so quickly. It was fucking incredible.
So awesome. So good. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe that, like the cell job here. It was just... Yeah, just speechless.
She just does this regularly.
So
She's
sick.
like, she's the best seller in the world, and I don't, like, you guys can mention some other sellers. I will have Miyu Watanabe every single day of the week over them in terms of selling. She's incredible. By selling, I mean, I am fully immersed in every single one of her matches 100%. More than anyone else in the world.
Who is ahead of Miyu Watanabe right now for 2026 for most outstanding wrestler of the year?
No one.
I don't think so.
If you can have like a notebook
Like
preview tag,
I don't think
with
anyone either. Is what I mean. Sorry.
Yeah, so a notebook preview tag with Mifu Ishida and Yuki Arai, who are considered two of the worst wrestlers on the roster. I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like, this is like insane.
It's crazy. It's so good. Everyone should go out of their way and watch this match. This is like another one of these matches, right? Together with those last week. That's just coming out of nowhere and just fucking blew me away. In the moment that I watched it, I was just like so fucking, speechless, blown away from it. It's
Yeah, I was so happy when I saw
something about Joshi Pro Wrestling is just popping off right now. I don't know.
Yeah, when I saw you post about Miyu being the best in the world, I was like, oh, he loved it too. And I was like, we got the same brain.
Absolutely. She's incredible. There's just nothing else you can say about it. Did you see at the start when Miyu was still kind of playing with Yuki Arai and Yuki like got the upper hand for like a second and tried to put Miyu in a sharpshooter?
Yeah.
And Miyu just blocked it with like the strength of her legs.
Yeah.
It looked so fucking funny. Like oh my god, it's so good. Like funny in a laudatory way. It looked like ridiculously, like I've never seen a sharpshooter blocked that way. It was so fucking good. She schooled her the entire match until Yuki Arai lost her shit, and it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah. This was insane.
Yes. All right. Did you have anything else on this one?
I did, but I kind of want to talk about the next one because I'm excited to talk about that one as well.
All right. Next up, we had Mirai against Toga. Yes.
Yeah,
do you just want to go through this then? If you're so excited about
okay.
this?
All right.
I wasn't as excited as you, I guess.
No,
So
I thought this match was
I
almost...
let you have the floor.
I thought it was...
Stage.
I think it was just a bit below the Miyu match, but I thought this was awesome. So I thought this match was interesting to me personally because I wanted to see what style of match Toga would wrestle with Mirai. Because Mirai's been going hard in the independent scene, following her departure from Marigold in 2025. Mirai doesn't compromise the way she wrestles. She doesn't wrestle in a typical TJPW house style. And Toga has like shown glimpses of her breaking out of that style. So like at Wrestle Princess 6, when she took on Hiroyu Matsumoto, I thought she delivered memorable hard-hitting elbows. I still remember them to this day. And then she sort of like shied away from that for the next few months, and it hasn't really resurfaced very often. So I was kind of hoping to see what dose of indie Toga would we get in this match. And I loved this match because they made it a story of the match. And I felt like that rewarded me for following Toga's journey since Wrestle Princess 6, where she was wrestling that different style. The fact that they thought about it and turned it into a story beat was perfect for me, and maybe me only. But I thought I was going crazy writing about Toga's elbows and forearms for months after the Matsumoto tag, but it was actually a thing, and they thought about it. That is amazing to me. People can go listen to our review on episode 1, because we did actually talk about that one, and I mentioned the forearms on Matsumoto. So what I found myself doing in this match is focusing on Toga rather than Mirai. And I also love that aspect. Mirai is an outside champion. So the purpose of this match is to elevate Toga. So the fact they chose that story, not only did they choose to tell that story, which is awesome because it was consistent with everything Toga's been doing, but so they could have just done a boring standard defense, but they put thought into what story made the most sense and what would elevate Toga the most. That's perfect pro wrestling to me. So that's a great match. It's a great match when you can do those two things. I actually think it will end up quite high in my TJPW rankings by the end of the year, to be honest, like maybe top 15 or whatever. So not like high, not like Miyu, Suzumi high, but I just really like that they chose to do that thing. And the fact that I was focusing on Toga means this match served its purpose. Because Mirai's a star, and the fact that I wasn't really looking at Mirai and I was thinking about, okay, what's Toga's striking going to be like? What's she going to do here? How's she going to counter that? And then she did that like run-in forearm, which knocked Mirai down. I was like, fuck yeah. Like I almost jumped out of my seat. Like that was awesome. So that is why I really like this match. I also think Toga doesn't have to like leave and do indie stuff. I think she should be the person in TJPW doing the indie shit. With a TJPW aesthetic, with the crowd connection, I think it works. It's like the lineage of Miyu Yamashita rather than Mizuki, right? I want her to like lean more into it. And that's not because I want TJPW to change and be all stiff striking or whatever. That's not TJPW's identity and they shouldn't change that. But I think that there's room for like one kick-ass indie style wrestler on the roster. And when you do that, it becomes part of your gimmick or your character and it helps you stand out. And I think Toga can take that to the next level. Like I said, become the next Miyu Yamashita. You know, kick someone's head off for the title, have someone work hard to beat you. Toga can be that wall for people, I think. Yes. And then I also loved Toga crying her eyes out after the match. So I thought that was super, super cute.
Yeah. No, it was very emotional. I guess this explains it. Like, I didn't really like, I wasn't quite, invested in the same story, I guess.
I guess I didn't really explain how they told the story.
Into the story.
Yeah, no, I didn't mention it was the arm work. I completely forgot to mention that. That was part of the story that they like Mirai was targeting Toga's arm because she has good elbow strikes, and that's what I loved about this match. That Mirai was trying to disable that weapon, and Toga was trying to find ways to use it. So that's how they told that story. I didn't mention that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Mirai had a sick like double arm lock at one point.
Yeah,
that looked nasty. I thought it was like technically a very good match, like very competent. I'm not the biggest like Toga is someone who just never really stood out to me on the roster. But yeah, this was a good effort. I thought the post match was very emotional, which always like endears people to me. Obviously, if they can show emotion like this, and the finish looked fucking sick. Mirai just murdered her with a lariat, which absolutely ruled. Mirai did an angle slam at one point.
Yep.
I don't know if she's doing that regularly now, but
I don't remember.
Looked cool though. Right. After that, I was like, Suzumi's got to challenge her for the big show, right? And that's what happened, and I was very happy about that. Sorry, you talk. I gotta sneeze.
Yeah. So, just one more thing on Toga. Like, her selling was like really good. So, like, the story. I told you about the story in terms of like working her arm, but it's like Toga started forearming Mirai in the chest, and then Mirai starts blocking her elbows, and then trying to work her arm to weaken it. And there's like cool selling touches by Toga where she's like not fully locking a headlock because one of her arms is being worked on. That's just really good arm selling, to be honest, and that's why I kind of enjoy this. Like Toga is like scrambling for the ropes after she failed a rock bottom and she got caught in an armbar. And then I do think she could have sold that a bit more, but that's kind of like nitpicking, just things for Toga to improve on. And then like the lariat at the end, and then Suzume came out and I got shoot goosebumps, I guess. So that's gonna be an excellent match.
Absolutely, that's gonna rule.
All right,
can't wait for that one. This show is looking good though.
Well, Grand Princess, yeah.
Well, does it? I mean, a Yuki Arai match. I'm looking forward to that now, and obviously Suzumi Mirai looks good. I don't know what the rest of the card is really gonna look like, but excited for those two matches for sure.
Yeah, and then we had the main event, which was the final of the Max Heart tournament, tag team tournament. And it was Mizuki and Uta Takami versus Opa Eats, Wakana Yuhara, and Yuki Kamifuku, who are the champions. So before we get into it, I just want to say, it is a rite of passage as a Joshi wrestling fan to mistranslate tag team names and tournament names. So I am proud to have received this badge because I have been calling Mizuki and Uta Takami, that I've been calling their team Digimon for the past 2 episodes. Okay. Mizuki and Uta Takami are not called Digimon. Okay. So basically, I was Google translating a match report, and I guess the report was super long. So at some point, Google Translate got lost with the tenses because Daisy Monkey said backstage, yeah, Digimon were kind of strong. And it kind of sounded like they were talking about the other team, but it translated them talking about themselves in third person. And I did not make that connection. So the connection is that the pet name for Daisy Monkey is Digimon. It's translated as Digimon because Japanese doesn't have a Z sound. So Daisy becomes Deji. So Digimon is literally short for Daisymon. And it's a crazy set of circumstances that led me to believe that Mizuki and Uta's name was Digimon. But now, we can call them whatever we want. So what are we calling them?
Yeah. I don't know.
You haven't called
I said Goblin Monsters.
Goblin Monsters,
I didn't really like that. And that was my first thing. But we can keep it at that. I don't know.
All right,
I didn't really think about it anymore. I didn't know I was supposed to come up with a new name.
That's okay. We'll go Goblin Monsters.
What do you think?
Yeah, Goblin Monsters. I like that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway now, right?
Back to this match. Fuck Uber Eats. Oh my god. I do not care about them. Oh my god. There were a few botches here, like every Uber Eats match. If you remember, I was hating on them at the start of our podcast, in our early episodes. I was hating on Wakana Yuhara as well. I don't fucking regret it. I feel the same way. I feel vindicated for hating on Wakana. I don't know why they have to kill the vibes of every show. This is their 3rd time main eventing during the tournament, because obviously they're the tag team champions. But every single time they've main evented, there was an excellent match before them on the undercard, and they just take the wind out the sails, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I almost like Wakana Uehara now too.
Yeah. When I started seeing these botches, I just stopped making notes and I just put nowhere on my second screen, to be honest. How can you fuck up Mizuki's foot stomp? It's like her bread and butter move, like her running foot stomp, right? All you need to do is catch her and then do a back bump. And catch is a strong word because Mizuki's doing most of the work. And somehow Kamifuku completely fucked up the foot stomp. Did you see after, I think, who was it? Was it Mizuki was beating up Wakana, and then Kamiyu comes in and is like, I got this. And
my god,
I got cringe bumps. I know it was supposed to be some fucking epic moment, but I couldn't take it seriously. Oh my god. Someone said it in one of the Discords that I was in. It reminded me of I Got This Cleaner. It was fucking hilarious. And then there was a double submission spot. God. How do you not milk Uta and Mizuki, who are super baby faces? How do you not milk a spot like double submissions? It was only 5 seconds long. There's no thought going into these spots from Uber Eats. They're just not good wrestlers.
I don't know. I have no answers, man.
Mizuki and Uta Takami, you need to milk that submission hold for 45 fucking seconds or a minute. Have the crowd going crazy for them. How do you break it up instantly? And then the fucking diving assisted boot. That's fucking mental. You know when Wakana lifts Kamiyu up in the air and then she does a boot?
Yes.
It takes 500 million seconds. The heat death of the universe could happen before this. Mizuki was waiting for a century just staring at Kamiyu coming on top of her with a boot in slow motion. The move is dumb and
it's so bad.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I have the same comments basically. Everything they do just takes too much time to set up. I don't know. And the finish was so fucking deflating and out of nowhere for me, and I don't even know.
Was it? I don't even fucking remember what it was. Was it a banana pillar?
I don't know if she calls it that. It's like her swinging DDT thing.
Oh, the sushi tornado. Okay.
Yeah. But I never expected it to be the finish, and when the ref counted to 3, I was so fucking why?
They've gone through every team. They won the tournament as champions, and now what are you going to do for Grand Princess?
What are you going to do? I shut the show off. Did they give an answer? Did anyone challenge them?
They just did a fucking promo, just turned the show off. And that's it.
Oh my
and
god!
And the show the day after, they also didn't tease anything. I have no idea.
This would have been such a fucking fantastic way to fucking. Oh my god! I can't even think of the words now.
Like elevate or Mizuki and
to
Utsu,
elevate, yes, elevate Uta Takami here.
Yeah, so Pompela should have
fucking
just
threw it in the shitter, bro.
Pompela should have beaten Oberitz in the semi-finals, and then Mizuki and Uta Takami beats Pompela, and then Mizuki and Uta Takami can challenge Oberitz at Grand Princess. I mean, why does Pompela doesn't need to get their win back? I mean, Oberitz don't need to get their win back on Pompela, just because they're going to lose the titles at Grand Princess, so who cares?
Yes, this is just a Tokyo Joshi Pro story for me. It's like every time
this
I think
bad.
I'm in, they push me back out.
I mean, this one's just bad wrestling, to be honest.
This is just, I don't even like, fuck the wrestling, fuck how bad it is. I just hate the booking even more.
No, the booking is bad. Yeah, no, it's the booking that's, yeah.
Like, why do you do that? Why do you have the tag team champions run through the entire tag team tournament and then, like,
yeah, I've got no idea who they're facing. I mean, I wonder if it's going to be like... No, I have no idea. I actually don't know. I couldn't even come up with a name of who it's going to be.
Like, these are your two world beaters that no one can touch. Yuki Kamifuku and Wakami. If this was like, I don't know, whatever fucking dream team... I don't know if this was like Team 200 KG or whatever.
Yeah, or if it's like me, Watanabe, and Shoko Nakajima teamed up or something.
Yeah, something like that. But like, I don't know.
Anyway.
Well.
So, sour note, but the two matches before it I thought were excellent, and those are definitely worth watching. So.
And they made Uta Takami cry. That's
yes. And Uta Takami is one of the... She's going to be an amazing underdog baby. She already is. She's going to be even more amazing as she gets better and better.
Damn. I think Mizuki was crying too when Uta was crying.
Yeah.
This entire thing just made me sad.
Amen. Alright,
well,
so I just wanted to mention one storyline that I haven't mentioned. So Rika is like, there's a storyline where she's going to go to like the dark side leading up to Grand Princess. So that's kind of why I think she choked someone in the Miyu match, but we spoke about Miyu Watanabe so much that we didn't really mention Rika Tatsumi. But yeah, she's doing a storyline where she's basically turning evil, and Super Sessadango Machine is kind of like steering her to that side. So we'll see where that goes.
Wait, is she the one teaming with Super Sessadango Machine?
No, it's Hyper Misao and Super Sessadango Machine versus Konosuke Takeshita and Yuka Sakazaki, I believe.
Yeah, right.
Alright.
But that was... Yeah? Wait. Now that I look at my notes, that was an amazing spot, by the way. When Mifu did her, like, cheerleader routine, and Rika just walked up to her, just fucking choked her.
Yeah,
like, She just, like, just walked up to her, like, and
that's
just
part of the story.
put her hands on her throat.
Yeah.
That was so fucking funny. That cracked me up. I loved that one.
Yeah, Rika Tatsumi is super funny. I like it.
Yes, absolutely. Great Discord poster, too.
Cool. So, should we move on to Marigold?
You can do that if you want to.
Alright, I didn't watch the first 3 matches. I only watched the last 3. What do I want to talk about? Oh, I know what I want to fucking talk about. This Miku and Chiaki storyline. No. I just need to tell people how bad the Marigold booking is, because maybe they don't believe me. Like, the storyline they're doing with Miku and Chiaki is that Chiaki is being so annoying that Miku is like starting to swear and say trash, like call her trash. Like she called her bulky trash here, basically, and the crowd started chanting it to Chiaki. So this was Chika Goto and Utami Hayashishita versus Kuki Amare and Miku Aono. Miku and Utami were awesome in this match, obviously. They're fucking great. So Chiaki just intervened, basically. I think she like hit Miku with a chair or something, and I wasn't quick enough with my reactions, so I couldn't skip the streaming time, so I had to see Chiaki smiling and like licking her lips with her massive tongue. Then Miku said she was going to destroy her, and so I can get behind destroying her, and because she said she was going to wipe her off the face of the planet, so I kind of like that. That's great. And then they're officially booking on the 23rd of February Miku Ono versus Chiaki in a non-title match. Why are you wasting my fucking time? I don't. Why can't you just put the title? They just did that with Chika Goto before, if you remember, right? Where they completely geeked out Chika Goto, but they were like, "Hey, if the crowd cheers, you can get a red belt match," and the crowd didn't cheer. It was so awkward. And now Chiaki has been doing a storyline with Miku, and it's non-title. Like, why is Miku Ono main eventing shows? Well, she's probably not going to main event the Korakuen Hall, but not putting her belt on the line. It's like fucking sabotage. Is she even the champion?
Who?
It's like high-tier sabotage from the dumb fucks,
Miku.
Rossi and Sonny. Yeah. It's insane.
I mean, it's kind of been the case ever since she won the belt, right? Like, starting with the show she won the belt on.
So the transcript was hilarious after the match. So the reporter, Shupo reporter, is like, "Hey, at the Korakuen on 24th of January, Chiaki said, 'I'll put anything on the line,' and you fired back, then bring something you can put on the line. But since then, there hasn't been any follow-up. Why?" So the reporter is like, "Why is your booking so dog shit?" And then Miku is like, Miku kind of saves it. She's like, "Well, Chiaki doesn't have anything to put on the line, right? If we're talking simple stakes, then sure, the belt, but she doesn't have that. She has a belt, but it's a tag belt, so she can't put it up by herself. So she says she'll put anything in line, but she's got nothing. It's all talk." And then, oops, I said something dirty again. So she's like joking about swearing and stuff like that. Then the Miku Ono says, "For today, let's just say it's Friday the 13th. So it's like I got attacked by Jason." And then the reporter says, "Friday the 13th. That's a pretty old reference." And then Miku Ono says nothing and glares at the reporter. Anyway, on the 23rd of February at Korakuen, I'll wrestle Chiaki in a non-title match. And then the reporter says, Chiaki also said something unusually frank. She said, "I don't think I've got a long pro wrestling career, so I have to grab chances when I can." When I read this, I was like, no fucking way. Is Chiaki going to retire? I got kind of hyped. And then Miko said, "You really think she means that? You're being fooled. I don't know what her deal is coming after me this persistently, but I don't think she's got some lovely feeling like that. I'm going to keep raising this belt's value in my own way." By not defending it? I don't know. Whatever. It's so fucking weird. In the main event, it was the 3D Trios Championship Tournament semi-final between Mayu and her proteges, which is Kamomo Minami and Victoria Yuzuki, against Misa Matsui, Nagisa Nozaki, and Ria Seto, which is Darkness Revolution. Ria Seto got the pin. It made me happy. She pinned Kamomo Minami. Ria has, like, on top of everything we said earlier, she has one of the most adorable promo styles in wrestling today. That's why it was kind of like surprising to me they turned her heel, because the crowd loves her. She trips up on her promos all the time. I can't tell if it's like just a gimmick. It is insane how much she trips up and loses her spot, and then the crowd just starts chanting for her. It's a good gimmick if it's a work, and if it's not a work, it's adorable. So yeah. Now
I remember I got that match spoiled for me, so I didn't even want to watch it. So.
Yep. So then just Korakuen Hall preview quickly. 23rd of February. We've got Kamomo Minami and Yuka Yamazaki versus Spunky Monster. Not even going to talk about that match or that match. Then we got Chiaki and Miku Ono in a singles match, non-title. We got Mayu Iwatani versus Rin. So that is cool because Rin's on her retirement road in Marvelous. And she said she wanted to face Mayu Iwatani. We mentioned it last episode. And the fact she actually got it so quickly is actually surprising to me, but there we go. I said it might happen because of the Marigold with Marvelous relationship, and it did happen very quickly. So there you go.
That's cool.
The finals of the Trios tournament, which is Erina Yamanaka, Mai Sakurai, and Natsumi Shizuki versus Darkness Revolution. Kinda hoping Darkness Revolution win that, just to give Ria Seto a belt, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. And then the main event is Chika Goto. Yeah?
Who are her mates? That's Nagisa Nozaki and
Misa Matsui, yeah. It would also make Misa a double champ, which I kind of like.
Yeah, but doesn't that kind of lower the chances? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Do they like Misa a lot? I don't know.
Yeah, Misa's awesome. She's awesome.
I do like Misa a lot. I mean, do the bookers like her that much that they make her a double champion?
I think she's okay. I mean, she's not booked like the strongest, but she's like, she had a white belt challenge, right? Against Yuzuki. So, yeah. I mean, it was in fucking Sapporo, but I mean, at least she got it. She's a current champion now, so I mean, she's booked okay. I think she's booked okay.
We'll see. Maybe I'm gonna watch that one.
Yeah, and then the main event is Chika Goto versus Victoria Yuzuki for the white belt for United National Title.
Cool.
Yeah. So Chika Goto is main eventing
just a throwaway defense.
A second Korakuen Hall. Okay, so the best match on the show is Mayu Iwatani versus Ren by far. And then maybe the trios match. I've said this before. Yeah. They don't give a fuck about Korakuen Hall. It's so weird to me. Like, do you think you're New Japan or Stardom? Like, what's going on here? Chika Goto and Yuzuki. And they built it on the last show. It came out today on VOD. It had 1 week build, and that's your main event? Whatever. Anyway. We don't want to be too negative. Let's move on. We are in the Indie Zone.
Indie Zone.
Right. This is the last main thing I want to talk about. So, Marvelous had a show on the 13th of February at Shinjuku First Ring. And it was Miyamoto's 10th? What year are we in? Yes, 10th debut anniversary. Yeah. So the opener was Haru and Yurika Oka, that's Bob Momo Banana, against Shinsuke Hirota and Yosuke Santamaria. You already know what this was. You got anything on this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I did watch it, yeah. I had my notes on the wrong page, but no.
Okay.
Hirota. I did think it was cool, Hirota was Kaoru Maeda, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Who has been retired for a couple of years, but then the actual Kaoru Maeda came out for Mio, so that was cool.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah. And she worked in Marvelous since the start, I'm pretty sure, so.
Yeah. Kind of a feel-good moment, I think. So,
yeah, that was cool.
Cool.
Yeah, she could barely walk. So that was kind of...
Yeah, she looked kind of rough.
She looked rough, yeah. Then, so she's the one that had that, legendary match with Aja Kong in, 2000 or whatever. It was an insane death match. Yeah. So, then we had Aihuzen versus Suri. Alright. So, some background for this. So, one of Ai-chan's best performances in 2025 came against Suri in a singles match on 30th of July. And I thought after that, it kind of kickstarted a run of really good outings for Ai-chan. But her momentum kind of stalled after that, leading her back to square one. And that was the catalyst for the Mio match that we spoke about last week. So I thought it was cool that it was Suri once again being called in to try to spark something. So that was a cool callback for me. All right. So I don't think this match was as good as their last one, but something's different this time. It's because I didn't care that this wasn't a traditionally great match. I have such a bond to Ai-chan's character now that I don't give a fuck if she has matches and it still worked. I really wanted her to win. She lost, but not in a Mio Momono crushing sort of way. She just kind of lost a normal match. She tapped out to an octopus stretch. So it wasn't graceful. It was anticlimactic for sure. And it was kind of embarrassing for Ai-chan, to be honest. And I find that interesting. That kind of worked for me because I felt even more bad for Ai-chan that she just had such a nothing loss after the Mio match. Yes. Because after the explosive performance in the Mio match, you would expect her to have an explosive performance after that Mio match. But it wasn't. And in that way, it made it even sadder than if she had a great performance. I don't know if they did this deliberately. I imagine they didn't. Because if they did this deliberately, I think they would have worked differently. Suri would have gone way harder. And I think Ai-chan's backstage comments would have been different. So it feels like an accident, but it made me like the match a lot. Do you have any thoughts before I go into more detail, or just initial?
my initial general thoughts were pretty similar. I thought it was interesting that they worked this so, pedestrian almost.
Yeah.
Is maybe the word. I do think the Mio match definitely had its effects on my viewing of everything Ai does now, because I did think Ai tried really hard in this match. It's not like she didn't. And she had some moments where when I go all caps on a match, it's usually did really pull me in.
Yeah.
And when I almost pinned Suri at one point with a roll up, I did get very hyped in my notes at least. And same as you. I thought it was interesting how kind of unremarkable this match was played in contrast to what happened the week before. So
yeah, but
I don't think that in itself is a story.
But yeah, it is a story, but I don't think it was intentional. Because I think if that was the story, I think Suri would have gone harder. No, I think if okay, so let me go through it because I think it's important. So
yes.
If you have no connection to Ai-chan, by the way, this match was a total nothing burger and you wouldn't think any of it. But, if like me and Tim, you love the story they told in the Mio match, then you could make a lot of sense out of this match, including the backstage comments. So, first of all, this match gave you no hope that Ai-chan could live up to her potential. So rather than being like, okay, you get your big moment after the Mia match, here you go. No, instead they did, did you think it would be that easy? Sit back down, idiot, right? That's kind of what they did here. Like, Ai-chan was kind of lying on the mat afterwards and tearing up, and that made me sad. That was upsetting to me now.
Absolutely, yeah.
So this match was like a reminder of like reality that Ai-chan is still a fucking loser. Like, just because she had an amazing performance, that was out of kayfabe in the last match. In storyline, she's a loser. She lost to Mio in 5 minutes, right? She's not considered amazing just because she had an amazing performance against Mio. And I think this match with Sarik continued that trend. Like, this is a long journey and you kind of have to buckle up and strap that seatbelt in. But I think they could have executed it better. Because if the storyline is Ai-chan still sucks, well, Sarik could have just beaten her up way more. Like, I think it's on Sarik or whoever laid this match out. Because Sarik didn't get out of first gear. I think Sarik could have gone way harder, and that would have made that story beat a lot clearer that Ai-chan still sucks. And it still worked for me, like I said, but I do have to call out that it felt like a bit of a missed opportunity in that sense. Do you know what I mean?
I do agree on that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. And then the second thing is the backstage comments. So Ai-chan said that she had been dreaming about what Mia has said to her, but it's still all pitch black and she can't find an answer. She said that when she found out she had a match with Sarik, she wanted to run away, but despite that, she stuck with it. So when Sarik was leaving the ring, she whispered in Ai-chan's ear and asked, "How was that?" So that could be read as a gloating thing, but I actually think it was more of a nurturing mentor thing. So that's kind of how it came off to me. Because you see how like gentle Sarik was? Like, both in this match and afterwards. She was like trying to put an arm around her almost. And so that's kind of why I think they weren't trying to do an Ai-chan still sucks storyline. And I think they were more trying to do a wrestling can be more enjoyable. Because here's what Ai-chan said. So Ai-chan said that despite all her feelings before the match wanting to run away, she had fun today, and the Sarik match gave her hope. Because despite getting owned, it made her, she didn't say that, that's me paraphrasing, it made her realize that she can't be thinking about everyone else like what Senka's doing. She needs to be herself. Ai-chan said she's going to start wrestling the way she wants from now. So Sarik not only served her a reminder of reality, that's kind of what I thought they were doing, but she also said, hey, I've been thinking too much about others. Even though I lost, this was fun, and I'm going to try focus more on that. And Sarik was way gentler on her, because I think they were trying to get that story over. That's why I think they missed on the execution. Because they're like in between, Ai-chan still sucks, or Sarik is going to make Ai-chan realize that wrestling can be fun and get her to change her wrestling style. Both are good storylines, and I felt like they landed in the middle. And I don't think that was intentional. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So if they wanted to do the storyline that Ai-chan is having more fun, then I think Ai-chan should have got even more offense in, or like put out some new moves or something. You know what I mean? Just to get that across a bit more. But I mean, this still worked super well for me because I felt so sorry of how anticlimactic this match was. But yeah, both stories could have been done better. Ai-chan is still a scrub. Then Sarik should have beat her up more. Ai-chan is still finding herself. Then I think she should have gotten a bit more offense in. But they did have some really cool near falls. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. Awesome. That kind of, yeah. No, I totally agree.
Cool.
That makes sense. All right. Yeah.
Cool.
No, I don't have any more thoughts on this. Yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad we agree. And then the next match was Echika Miyavi versus Rico versus Senka Akatsuki. Do you want to take this one? Because I think you have the... Or do you not have
I had a...
Yeah, I thought you had an interesting note on this, no? Didn't you mention something? You wanted to talk about something?
I mean, there's a bunch of things to
yeah, go for it then.
I mean, first of all, there was obviously a clip that went kind of like viral in the, let's say, like in Joshi wrestling circles maybe.
Yep.
Which was a like Echika and Senka lifting Rico up, and dropping her, which was a bit mistimed, which means Echika... Wait. No. Senka pushed her legs up while Echika just dropped her, which means like Rico essentially scorpioned on the mat, which looked horrific.
Sorry,
what?
Is that a it did look like a scorpion.
I think that's what you call it. I think
Oh,
that's
okay. That was
I've heard that on wrestling podcasts before.
No, she literally looked like, because she fell face first, but her legs were like bent around almost over her head. It was fucking brutal.
Yeah. This obviously sparked a lot of like people throwing allegations at wrestlers who was at fault, who did the wrong thing. I never liked that. I never like when like people are just fucking blaming wrestlers flat out for what happened, because like there are a lot of factors to this, right? I think the main factor is obviously miscommunication, mistiming. Echika either let her go too early. The miscommunication was Senka was pushing her up. Echika did not. Echika just dropped her. But those are things that are like both viable options to do, right? I think the way Rico propped herself up on Echika's shoulders kind of made it impossible for Echika to really throw her up unless Rico pushed herself off at the same time, which also didn't happen. So it was just a badly mistimed spot, and I really just don't like throwing blame at Echika here or at Senka either. I kind of like just think it was a botch and it just shit happens. It was a shit happens thing, not a fucking anyone in particular fucked more up than anyone else because they're too green to be in a wrestling ring or whatever. I just don't like these. Yeah, when people talk about wrestlers like that, you know, that kind of grinds my gears.
That's one of your pet peeves.
Yeah. Same.
I mean, for me, I just assumed it was a miscommunication because I haven't seen them do that spot, so I don't know if they always do the push up or not. So I think they just didn't communicate about what they wanted to do, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Senka had another plan in her mind than Echika had, and they also had a different timing in mind as to when that plan should come to fruition. So it was just all around a mess, but like, I don't blame anyone in particular for being at fault here. Rico,
she looks okay.
Luckily, was okay. She did like, she kicked out of the pin after and rolled to the outside. I think she got checked on. Like, she rolled to the outside specifically to get checked on, but she entered the ring again later. And then, I think there was another thing we should talk about here, and that is Senka pinning Rico.
Yeah, so she pinned Maria on the 17th of January in Osaka.
Right, yeah.
And the reason people don't know about that, because I think it's not on Cage Match. So that's the problem.
I think I watched that though.
Yeah, you might have. Yeah, maybe we definitely spoke about it. Cause
I do remember her pinning. Yeah,
because we spoke about like how they were like testing Senka in main events, and she was like doing some really cool spots, like her frog splash was getting interrupted and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah, we also talked about how that's probably setting up a Senka tag match for
exactly.
Show in May.
The thing with Marvelous House shows is sometimes they're just literally not on the radar. But yeah, Senka has pinned one of Magenta before, and this was her getting the pin on the second person. And if that's not building to a title match, I don't know what is. I always thought, literally since before Magenta won it, that they should build towards Magenta versus the Raira Crush Girls, so Senka and Sora at Yokohama Buntai. That's why I was astonished that they gave the match away on the 12th of January when you were there live. I was like, what? They're doing that in the main event and they didn't even do much with it? Because that to me is a Yokohama match. Like these are the people that turned Magenta heel. Like it just and you don't want to push Senka to the moon. Like she's not going to get the AAAW title. She's already challenged for it. So just give her a tag title. It kind of makes all the sense in the world to me. So I think they're building to it again. I just don't know
if Sora is that partner that they...
No, it's not, but who else is Senka gonna... I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe Senka gets some.
I don't know who else. I don't have an answer for that, but I don't know. Like, Sora is so far behind in my opinion,
I know that, yeah. It's just to have a partner, really. It's the Senka team, but...
yeah.
Sora's just tagging along. Cool.
Basically, yeah.
Alright, and then in the... okay, the main event, I guess, is...
I mean, the post-match was kind of funny, like, Rico just was...
She wouldn't leave the ring.
I think she disassociated with the world, and, like, Chigusa Nagayo had to carry her out on her bad knees,
Yeah, she was throwing a tantrum because she lost.
She was throwing a complete tantrum. I like Rico.
Yeah, Riko's awesome. The main event was Chikayo Nagashima, Mika Iwata, and Tomoko Watanabe. I assume you don't want to talk about Maria and Sorayama singles match. I've got nothing on that.
Nah, I mean, there was a rubber chicken.
There was a rubber chicken
involved.
Yeah. Cool. Chikayo Nagashima, Mika Iwata, and Tomoko Watanabe versus Miyo Momono, Rin, and Takumi Iroha. So this was basically Miyo and friends against people Miyo admires. So Tomoko Watanabe is a former Marvelous senior and who was once Miyo's attendant. And then Mika Iwata traded their first ever wins with each other, Mika Iwata and Miyo Momono. And Chikayo Nagashima is obviously who Miyo fought a war over the AAAW singles title. I thought this was your classic Joshi Produce show main event, to be honest, like chaotic, lots of spots, non-stop. Miyo and Mika were awesome together, as you'd expect.
Yes.
And then Mika got the win on Miyo with the Ryon, and I think that plays into the Red Energy title challenge. So, in Sendai Girls.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then they set up Miyo Momono versus Rin on the 30th of March at Shinjuku Face, which is Senku's 20th birthday show. Because she's more important than Sora, she gets a Shinjuku Face birthday show, and Sorayama gets it at Shinkiba. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, this was typical, like, anniversary people.
Yeah, no, 25 minutes. Literally, if you've watched any produce show main event, multi-person tag, this was it. Which was good. It was good.
The birthday boys are always getting beat up on those anniversary shows. So
yeah, exactly.
Miyo was just getting beaten for 25 minutes. She looked like she was absolutely done after this match, which is fair. I did think the finishing stretch was really awesome.
It was really good.
And Mika Iwata, so. Yeah, obviously, it's Miyo and Mika Iwata, but what the fuck do you expect?
Then on the 11th of February, we had Diana, Future Sight 43. So this is the series that focuses on the younger people. So that's why it was funny that in the opener, it was Ayako Sato, who's 40 and holds the WWD Elizabeth belt, against Mizuki Kato. And there is a story for that. So Sato hasn't been on a Future Sight show for over a year, but Haruka Umasaki requested it because it's her birthday. So, so it was a fun match. And did you watch any match on the show? Yeah, you did. You watched because you mentioned Shanshan.
Most of the matches, I think.
All right, so quickly, the second match was Chiho Urahoho and Debbie Keitel versus Himiko and Makoto. So Chiho is from Hokuto Pro Wrestling, which is based in Hokkaido in the north of Japan, and it's one of the promotions working with Diana. So again, just wanted to reinforce that Diana has a lot of working relationships and they have talent on the show. Third match was Echika Miyavi.
I watched everything from this point.
Okay, so Echika Miyavi versus Nanami Hatano. So we've spoken about Echika. And as I said before, I think she is the real deal. I think she can work a lot of different styles, and she's athletic. She got a lot of tools. Unfortunately, she was against Diana's 1B ace in Nanami, if you consider Umasaki the 1A, and Debbie's like the top invading heel. So she couldn't take the win, but I think she left a good impression. What do you think?
Yes, I like this a lot. I think Echika does some things that just look really cool. Like,
yes. She just looks cool, yeah.
She has style in the ring, and she is really solid with like some, I don't know, some moves that look like kind of out there, or she does this leaping sidekick type thing that looks really cool when she runs the ropes.
She's super athletic.
She does a cool swanton. Yeah, exactly. She's really athletic, and she pulls stuff out of nowhere that's really impressive for her. And I
71
I like
matches
her every time I see her. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. And obviously she fucking throws these huge forearms and chops. At one point she destroyed Nanami. She destroyed Nanami with this huge forearm into a brainbuster, and like Nanami kind of got away with the win, if anything. And
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the chops are like Echika's bread and butter. Like they're the best chops in the scene for sure. But
in this match it was more the forearms actually.
Yes,
like, that one forearm she threw was fucking devastating.
Yeah, love me some Echika Miyavi. And then we had Anna, who's the super green Diana rookie we speak about. That we're definitely confused how Kyoko Inoue debuted her when she doesn't know how to sell. And Kaho Matsushita, who's the Ice Ribbon champion, against Moran. So this was a 2-on-1 because Shanshan was injured, and it was supposed to be Shanshan. So this was also an annual Umasaki costume match. So they all wore previous sets of Haruka Umasaki's gear. So at first I thought Anna had debuted new gear, but then I was like, that looks like Umasaki's gear. So then I sort of caught on to what was happening. And then I got confused because I thought it was Umasaki that had like substituted in for Shanchan. But then I was like, wait, that's Kaho Matsushita. Kaho looks so much like Umasaki in her gear. I got totally confused for a bit. But yeah, it was a handicap match with Moran by herself. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything?
I mean, there was this old lady who also had. Was that the ref then?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think. Wait. Oh no, that's Matsuzawa-san. So that is Makoto's helper. So Makoto was on this show, and she seconds Makoto everywhere. She's part of storylines in Gokugan Pro, Kaoru Yonyama's promotion. So yeah, she's basically Makoto's second, and she just does random stuff in the indie scene.
I first thought she was supposed to be the stand-in for Shanchan, Miran's partner. But then Miran fought the match on her own, basically anyway, so that wasn't the case. Yeah. It was kind of bizarre in that way. Shanchan was out there, like I mentioned earlier when we talked about her in our rookie rankings. She seems to walk just fine and do like minor spots, like the apron spot when someone is in the ropes and you throw the taunts around her. She participated in that, I guess. So that was cool to see that she's like in good spirits and healthy enough to just like basically be out there already to second. They said right away that she was gonna do like office work and seconding.
Well, because presumably she just doesn't need to go back to Taiwan yet for university, so she's just gonna chill in Japan and help out.
And that was cool. Obviously, I really popped for the finish, which was cool. Miran winning the 2v1.
Hell yeah.
Handicap match, which is crazy that they put a lot in of confidence in her, I think. I thought the same for Shanchan. I thought I think it's a sign of how much they think of someone like Shanchan if they already just if they insist to have her out there for the audience to like I think they know what they have with her and they know that the audience likes her, so they already send her out there with a torn MCL just to give the audience something, I guess.
Yeah. So the easiest way to know what they think of Miranda Shanchan is look at whose unit they put her in. They put her in a unit with Haruka Umasaki, right? Who's the ace of the company. So they put her in like the main unit. So her and Moran. So yeah, they think highly of both of them.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And then the main event.
Yeah, I was just gonna explain. Kaho kicked Anna accidentally, and Miran rolled.
Oh yeah,
Anna up, and that was kind
of. It's noteworthy. It's noteworthy that Kaho is doing these shows. So Ice Ribbon typically didn't have talent sent to a lot of other indies, and they've started doing that recently because Ice Ribbon kind of has its own ecosystem with like the Venus, and they have some actress girls talent in that Venus group. But they got their own Hot Shushu as well, which is like a promotion that they partner with. So they got the whole thing going on. Diana's obviously got the whole thing going on with all the different people they collaborate with. But now Seedling and Ice Ribbon are sending people to Diana shows, and it's cool.
Awesome.
The main event was Luminous, which is Haruka Umasaki and Miyuki Takase versus Colors. I would just never care about Saki and Yuko Sakurai, so I don't care about this.
No. I finished my write-up on the newsletter during this, so I just had it on in the background. I think what I saw from like Miyuki Takase and Haruka Umasaki are pretty nice together. So
yeah, I mean,
I did like what I saw. Yeah. They're great.
All right. Then on the 8th of February, we had a Korakuen Hall at Waves Korakuen Hall. Oh, fuck. I just looked at my notes. I was going to do this whole thing about the attendance, and I don't know if I can be bothered. You know what? Just read about it in the newsletter. How about that? I'll put it in the newsletter. My whole point is basically people are focusing on the wave thing, the wave attendance. So they did 275, which is like lower than COVID attendances in the building, to be honest. It is not the lowest because Ice Ribbon did 263 last year on the 29th of March, but it's the second lowest. And when Saya Kamitani was there, this is the short version. When Saya Kamitani was there, they were doing like 600 to 700. Then she dropped the title, so then they dropped to 400. So then there's this, there's people talking about, okay, so Saya Kamitani's drawing power. Suri was on this show, so then there's discussion about Suri's drawing power. No one's talking about the product itself, and that kind of gets me a bit upset, because I think people should discuss the product. I feel like we're the only people that talk about the Wave product, to be honest. I don't know if anyone else talks about it. So I think it's fine to talk about the attendance if you also do the legwork to review the promotion's product and analyze why those trends might be happening. Yes, Saya Kamitani's a draw, but this promotion has like no homegrown talent or star power. And they also don't have like a base of operations like other independents. We spoke about Ice Ribbon has the Saitama Dojo. That's where they're based out of. And they've got their nice own ecosystem. Diana is based in Kawasaki. Yeah, Seedling's also there, and they've got their nice ecosystem, right? Those two promotions are like self-sustaining and have their own talent pipelines and their own networks. So Wave is only about freelancers basically right now. And if you're a promotion that is basically just for freelancers, and the freelancers you bring in are people like Saki and Yuko Sakurai, how are you going to draw anything? Right? The product itself is it just doesn't work with like the stan culture of like Japan. You know how you go on some people's profiles on X, Japanese people's profiles, and they're like, I love X wrestler, or I love All Japan, right? People are stans for wrestlers and promotions. That's just how it works in Japan, right? Freelancers are almost never mentioned in those profiles in my experience. It's much more rare. So it's harder to justify yourself becoming a Wave superfan. What are you becoming a superfan of? Like, you can see those freelancers everywhere. You can see, like, the way you can see it is, who are the freelancers that show up on Wave? Suri was on this show for the first time since 2021. She barely works Wave. Veni worked one Wave date in 2025. Mirai hasn't appeared in Wave yet, even though she's done almost everywhere else in the independent scene. Hiroyu Matsumoto last worked a Wave show in 2024. Like, the most premium freelancer they have is Itsuki Aoki, right? Who's their current champion. But it's just, like, why would you become a fan of Wave? Why would a Japanese fan become a fan of Wave? They have Honoka, they have Kohaku, and they have Saran. I almost forgot Saran. But they're not at the stage where you're going to be super fans of those three wrestlers. Like, Honoka is going to she's excellent, but she's not a talent that people will pay to see. She could be, but she's still early in her journey. Saran hasn't developed enough. Kohaku, no one's paying to see Kohaku, even though I think she's excellent. So I think that's the problem with Wave. The product it isn't gearing itself up to have people come to the shows. And yes, Saya Kamitani is a draw, but also Wave just has a fundamental problem with its product, I think.
I think the thing you said, like you hit on earlier, was this is a very important thing that some people I think underestimate, and that's like, whenever I talk to someone who's like more locked into like the Japanese just wrestling fandom and who knows what's going on there, they always tell me that like fans in Japan have their promotion that they follow.
Exactly.
It's like their sports team or whatever, and they will not go to other sports teams or to other promotions events just because the card looks sick or whatever. They don't consume wrestling like we do, where we watch like 10 different promotions every week. They have their home promotion that they stick with. And whether Suri is like on a sick card if it's not their promotion, they don't go. That's just how easy it is. Which is like, tells you how much of a miracle it was, like the dent, I guess, that Saya Kamitani could make into the Wave attendance.
Yeah, for sure. She's a draw, There's no denying that,
Yeah, but I wouldn't blame like any particular wrestler for Wave, the promotion doing not so well. So.
Yeah, I think they have a different problem on top of that, basically. Like,
yes.
Yeah. Because like you said, they're not going around to every promotion. They can see all of these freelancers wherever the fuck they want because they work everywhere. So it's really like you're only getting Honoka maybe, and she's just not at that stage yet, right? So that's the main thing. Whereas Diana, they got Haruko Misaki, who's got her super fans. I've seen them because I use photos from them and credit them in the newsletter. Nanami's got her super fans. Like Moran's got her super fans. Diana has a lot of super fans just because it's based at Kawasaki and they got the dojo there. Ice Ribbon has its super fans because it's based in Saitama. So yeah. Whereas Wave doesn't even have, I don't even know if it has a dojo, to be honest. I don't know where Kaku sort of stays and trains, but anyway. Cool. Right, let's move on to this show. So the first match was awful, by the way. Yuki Mashiro versus Yuko Sakurai. It It was actually just bad. Yuka Sakurai just turned Yuki Mashiro into an awful wrestler. It was like she was wrestling an invisible person, like a Kazuki Hirata gimmick. It was actually crazy.
Oh, what the hell.
Chi-Chi.
I did only watch two matches here.
Is it the top two?
Sorry.
Don't say you watched the semi-main event.
No. I watched the 3 match.
Okay, yeah. So let's just jump. So I guess Chi-Chi and Miyu Shirai versus Karu Ito and Tomoka Watanabe. It was pretty funny. I kind of liked it, to be honest, in the end. It's just funny seeing Miyu Shirai get no-sold. That made me happy. Karu Ito just no-selling Miyu Shirai was just so good.
Okay, that's good.
Then we had Honoka and Suri. You go first.
I go first. This was another Suri match that was like rather like the more pedestrian style of Suri match.
This was level 1 Suri.
This was level 1 Suri
No,
match.
it was level 2 because she won with a Uranagi, right? Level 1
right,
is when she wins with an octopus stretch or a diving double foot stomp.
What is it when she wins with a forearm? That's
maybe level
parking?
0. Yeah, who was that? Was that Yuria? Or who was that?
I think so.
Yeah, it was one.
It was a Stardom rookie.
Yeah. That's level 0. Level 1 is octopus stretch, diving double foot stomp. Level 2 is a single Uranagi, no wrist clutch.
Yes, exactly. Honoka did look good. She did have a very impressive dropkick at one point.
For sure, yeah.
Up to Suri was seated on the top turnbuckle, and Honoka actually got enough air to like drop kick her in the head almost. Like that's impressive.
Honoka's great, yeah.
But other than that, it was like pretty, like Suri did give her a couple of nice near falls towards the end, like with several like roll up attempts from Honoka, which was cool. But in the end, it was still a pretty decisive finish with the single Uranagi, as you said.
So, we spoke about toxic positivity, right? Well, you think Suri's the best wrestler in the world, right? I'm pretty sure you do.
Well, I said earlier for 2026 so far, it's Miyu Watanabe, right?
Yeah, okay. But, yeah, I mean, that's fair enough, yeah.
Overall, unspecific for a year.
Yeah, just mean in general.
Maybe I would say Suri, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I think she's the best wrestler in the world by far, right now. But that doesn't mean she doesn't phone it in on undercards. She absolutely fucking does. If she's on the undercard in front of 275 people, brother, she's not giving you anything. I don't think it's a problem. I just kind of like switch off, I just like don't pay much attention to these matches. It's okay. I mean, but yeah, I'm not going to overhype a match just because it's got Suri in it. This was just fine.
Yep, sure.
Then we had Kohaku and Hazuki versus Saki and Yuri. We're back in on Yuna. I'm back in on Yuri. We're back in on Aihuzan. What's happened in 2026, Tim?
You're back in on Yuri?
Were
you ever in Yuri?
No. No, I was never in Yuri. I think Suri rehabilitated Yuri's image for me. That Gampro match, I can't believe you still haven't seen it. I know you refused to watch it because it happened when you were in Japan. and you're gonna hand wave it away.
Yeah.
That match did rehabilitate her image for me. I kind of like, shit, she can go.
That one and the Mirai Matsumoto match,
you're never gonna see
at some point.
That's so good.
Have to go back.
Yeah. This match was very good except when Saki was in it. Yuri and Kohaku were good. The semi-main event, did you see it? You saw this? No, you didn't. Sorry, Honoka.
No.
Then in the semi-main event, we had Prominence, which is Hiragi Kurumi and Mochi Natsumi versus Saran versus Yumi Oka. Prominence are the new champions. This match is exactly what I meant about freelancers. This match was fucking ridiculous. Okay? Derogatory. It was a 22-minute match where I swear to God, nothing happened. And then Mochi won with a flash pin. I was offended and cheated. There was like maybe one or two cool moves, like Mochi did an Avalanche Styles Clash. Saran's diving foot stomp off of Oka's shoulders is quite cool. I like that spot. Everything else, just stop it. This is part of the reason they're drawing 275. They're bringing in freelancers, and the freelancers are Prominence, who are putting on the most boring 20-minute semi-main event matches. Like, who's going to pay to see this? There was, shout out to a Gaijin in the front row, who's been at, like, every show that I've watched over the past month. The same guy. He's at all the TJPW shows everywhere. I think he's back home in the US now, because I was stalking his social media because I was jealous of him. He was bored out of his fucking mind during this match, and I don't blame him. Okay.
I was gonna message you that I saw him earlier.
So
you said you were taking a nap, so I didn't want to disturb you.
Oh yeah. So yep.
If you're a listener, shout us out.
Yeah, if you're listeners, yeah. But this is the reason why the promotion's doing 275. There's no other reason. Well, they just don't have star power. Main event: Itsuki Oki versus Kao Kobayashi for the Regina the Wave title. What's up?
This review you just said explains a lot about the main event to me, I think, maybe.
Yeah, go on. No, do you want to explain that? What do you mean?
I just thought this was a tough match to get into because I felt the crowd was completely...
for sure.
The people who were there seemed to be completely dead. And the vibes were just bad for this match, I thought.
But this was a great match. Imagine this in front of a hot crowd. This match would have been fucking sick.
Exactly. That was gonna be my point. Like, it was like, if you just watch the match in isolation, it would be a really good match. But like, the vibes were so bad in this room at that point that it was just really hard to get into it, to be honest.
No, I completely agree.
I rate both wrestlers highly, but something was, it was just the atmosphere was really bad for this one.
I don't blame you. I think I was higher in it than you. I think I kind of like zoned it out. Maybe I'm more like used to it. I guess the bad vibes for Wave, but I thought they both wrestled with like a really good intensity, and I love both of them as well. So like there's a cool spot where, you know, Kaho's trying to do a Boston Crab, but Itsuki blocks it. She kind of like blocks her from turning over. So Kaho just turns it into a full stack pin that looked painful. And I was like, I don't know how I've not seen.
That's what was sick.
Like, how have I not seen more people do that? Like, oh, you want to block my Boston Crab? Then I'm just going to pin you. It was like awesome.
I first thought it was a botch or something.
No, it was
sick. Worked. It worked so well. Yeah.
I like the spot of them blocking each other's top rope moves. That was a good double down. The match had. The main thing I like about this match is I really like the pacing. I felt like I never got bored. I felt like they progressively got more and more stiff with each other. I did think it was the most heated match on the show, even though that doesn't say a lot. And I was surprised when the finish came, because I was spoiled in that I knew the finish. Well, no, I knew how long the match was. So I knew it was a 19-minute match. And when the finish came, I was like, it's only been 10 minutes. Is she going to kick out of like Itsuki's super finisher? And then it finished. I was like, oh my God, that was 19 minutes. So it kind of flew by for me. And I love matches that fly by because it means I'm into them. So I think I was kind of like higher than you on this, just because Kaho's selling I felt was really good, to be honest. I thought her selling was great. And
you know,
go on.
I didn't want to interrupt you there. You know, we both like Itsuki Aoki a lot, right?
Yeah.
I have to say, after they went to the outside, right?
Yeah.
Itsuki maybe oversold a little. I don't know. She acted like she was so weakened from this bit of chair bowling on the outside or whatever he did, that she couldn't throw any forearms anymore. She was just on her knees, and this was like a spot you do after like 45 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, when you like shoot headbutt each other or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and she did it like right after the start, after the
that's fair enough.
brawling on the outside. That kind of took me out. Like, I was like, Itsuki, you're not that fucking done yet with this match. I know Itsuki Aoki. Like, you have more. You got way more left in you. Why are you selling like you just had a fucking marathon or whatever?
She's figuring out how to work a main event style. Like, I know she's been wrestling for a long time, but this is like her first. This is her first major singles title. This is her first singles title ever. And she's actually spoken about how she has a lack of confidence that they gave her the wave belt. And that's like part of the story of this match, actually. So just say quickly, she won with the Japanese Ocean Suplex. And that's a move that's been handed to her by Manami Toyota, because they're both from Shimane Prefecture. And, Itsuki is very active in that prefecture. She runs a promotion there called Sean Capture with Ikuto Hidaka. And she's also the PR ambassador for Mada City there. So that's linked there. But yeah, in the post-match, Itsuki was like, she said, Kaho was her Tokyo singles match debut, and people used to say that Itsuki was never the number one, she was never the protagonist, and that made her question getting the wave title, but Kaho made her believe in herself by reassuring her. And now, by beating Kaho, she believes she's repaid her faith. And then they went in for a hug. And then backstage, Itsuki said, I don't know if you saw the hug, by the way, in the post-match promo. So basically Itsuki just sort of like jumped on Kaho, and it was so cute. She like refusing to let her go. It was like super adorable. I love that. And then backstage, Itsuki said more of the same. She said she had anxiety after winning the belt. She said that she's someone that lacks confidence, which is crazy to me, by the way, because she seems like the most extroverted person in the universe, right? Mm-hmm. But Kaho and Natsu Sumire have both encouraged her a lot in private, so she wanted to repay them. So she's definitely going to defend against Natsu at some point, because so her promos kind of made it sound to me like Natsu was supposed to win the number one contenders, but then she got shoot injured in that match against Kaho. Because Itsuki said so many promos mentioning Natsu. But anyway, that's the whole thing. She's not confident, and this is her first run on top in a promotion.
Okay.
So maybe that's why she's still figuring out the selling and what to do in like a 20-minute match and stuff like that.
She sold a bit too much.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Yes. Cool. Not in general, like, but like for her specifically and for how I'm used to her matches, she sold a bit too. That was just kind of unusual. I thought, like her selling here.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. So I just really like this match for its pacing. I thought it worked with me a lot. I would recommend this match. Like when I write my review on it, it'll be one of my recommended matches. So
yeah,
cool. Actress girls. So I have way more notes than I actually going to talk about because it was just me getting excited about actress girls thing, but it's okay. Yeah, I guess that there was a fun match where like, so Ayano, Iriva and Maru, sorry, this was on the 8th of February, step 69. So it was Ayano and Maru versus Kana Yufuku and Marina Sahara. Everyone knows I'm Kana Yufuku's number one fan. I recently bought front row tickets to the 30th of April Korakuen Hall show, and I named her to give her some points, you know, to bump up her points a bit. Because apparently you can do that. You can name a wrestler and then they get added points, and maybe she'll win a title with those points. But she is obviously still green in a few areas. She always does this weird looking submission that looks so clunky when she tries to get it in, like after her forearms. So I'm all in on her selling and her ridiculous forearms, but yeah, she's still working. She still needs to grow. And then there was... We spoke about Yukino already, so I'm not going to do that. I guess one thing is, it was pointed out to me, if you're listening to this, you probably know who it is, that the improvement in Yukino Uehara took place when she started getting booked in GLEAT. And that timeline actually matches up. So that's one thing GLEAT has been useful for, to improve the Actress Girls roster. So there you go. That's an interesting tidbit. Damn. Then, in the main event, which is the main note, Natsuki versus Riko Fukunaga for the Actress Girls title. So normally I recommend like all title matches to you, Tim, in like Actress Girls. This one was just disappointing to me. It was when I realized that, yeah, Riko doesn't have another gear. She can't step it up. That's when I realized this in this match. This is a main event with Natsuki, one of the best workers in the promotion. She's retiring in a few months. And it was just a weird match and they just didn't have chemistry. Riko's just not going to be ever like a top wrestler. I think that's mainly the point. I also don't have like investment in her character emotionally either. So there we go. Riko retained the title. And there we go. That's it.
Cool.
Finally, 0-1. And if you're listening to this and you're like, wait, am I listening to Voices of Wrestling? No, you are listening to Joshi'ing Around. And that's because 0-1 are launching a new Joshi division named Rose. And the official launch of the division is expected at some time in April, but they're doing 2 pre-launch shows, the 1st of March and the 20th of March. And the GM is going to be Megumi Kudo, who is one of the best Joshi wrestlers ever, who had been working with 0-1 already. And the first members of the division are Konomi Hori, who is a rookie, another Joshi trainee, who was announced on the 10th November show, who's named Mariko Nanase. And the third member is Yuki Mashiro. So she is officially signed with 0-1. She worked a bunch of 0-1 dates. But she's now going to be part of that division. She's going to wrestle twice on the first show. So they're really probably setting up Mashiro to be the ace of the division, I'm guessing. And I also expect Veni to have regular appearances on all the Rose shows because she was working with 0-1 before that already. So
that first show looks interesting though.
Oh, yeah, I should have. Oh, yeah, I have the card somewhere.
I don't remember anything specific. I just know I saw it and thought it looked really cool.
Right. Okay. So it's Mei Suruga and Ryoko Sakumura. So if you don't know who she is the one person that comes to mind when I think who is in the bad tier of rookie tier list, in the Joshi'ing Around rookie tier list. She's making a comeback. She's got a date in 01. She's got a date in Pure J on the 23rd of February.
Wait, is she the Marigold one?
She's the Marigold one. That was the worst wrestler.
She's coming back?
Oh my God. If you remember, Natsumi Shizuki tried to beat the shit out of her to try and get her to do something, and then she left the company a few days later. Ryoko Sakamura. That's her. So she's making a comeback. In Pure J and 01. Yeah. So, Mei Suruga and Ryoko Sakamura versus Miku Kanai and Yuki Mashiro. They've got Kakeru Sakaguchi versus Yuki Mashiro. Koko versus Kao Kobayashi. Now that's going to be fun. That's the one. That's going to be some lucha shit for sure. And Chanyota and Echika Miyavi versus Makoto and Veni. I mean, that's a banger. Yeah. That's a banger for sure.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. We should watch this.
Oh, we're gonna cover 01 Joshi division for sure. So that's on the 1st of March. So Konomi Hori is the rookie that I mentioned. Her match for the 1st of March is still undecided. And Mariko Nanase, the other one, her knee in 2025, so her debut's been postponed. But what I wanted to talk about was on the 7th of February, 01 had a show with Konomi Hori's debut. So I saw her against, do you know who she debuted against? You don't know, right?
No.
Guess. I think it's the rest. It's the veteran you probably hate most. Maybe. No.
Aniki?
Huh? No, not Aniki.
Ryo Mitsunami? Oh, is it Hotta?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Konomi Hori debuted against Yumika Hotta, who I think is the worst person to debut against.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
So, I've seen a rookie in LLPWX called Wakana who debuted against Hotta. That match was fucking crazy. Wakana got absolutely nothing. Hotta didn't even move an inch the whole match. I gotta give Hotta some credit here. She did bump a bit to Konomi Hori, and she did sell a bit. So maybe she didn't feel like she had pull with 01 or something. I have no idea. But she did do a bit. Konomi Hori is pretty green. Obviously, it was her debut. I mean, duh. But the thing is, like, they don't feel ready enough compared to, like, the Stardom rookies when they debut. Like, they don't put them through stringent testing on the indies when they debut. It's not like Marvelous or Senjo or Seed, or Seedling. When they debut rookies, they're normally battle tested, right? They've been training for like a year, maybe even 2 years in Marvelous's case, right? That's not the case here. She was obviously like, like fresh out of the dojo. So it is what it is. But let's see what happens. Have you heard of Uptown Wrestling?
Of Uptown?
Yeah, Uptown.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's Kurashio, Tokyo, Japan's promotion, Jiro, Ikemen, whatever you want to call him. Mm-hmm. They debuted 2 Joshi wrestlers who are on ice ribbon cards right now. They are fucking so green. It's insane. It's like they just picked people off the street, and, you know, that's no offense to them. They'll get better, but it's kind of crazy. Like, people can just debut anyone, and let's see if they get better, but it is kind of crazy how they look compared to Stardom rookies. You know, so... So, Konomi Hori is very interesting because I say all that, and then at one point, she landed a fucking massive forearm on Yumiko Hotta, okay?
Damn.
It was like a big-ass thud, okay?
Nice.
That was like the only good thing she did, but I liked that a lot. She had good energy, the crowd liked her, she was loud, she was not afraid to shout, that's good. But there you go, 01 has a new rookie. There was one other match I want to talk about quickly, and then we're done. Miku Kanai versus Yuki Mashiro. This was like night and day from the Mashiro match on the Wave Show, where she was against Yuko Sakurai. Like, this was a good match. Miku can fucking wrestle.
Sounds good.
Yeah, like, we know Miku can wrestle. They did like a lot of high speed stuff here. Mashiro, I think, is matchup dependent. I don't think she can like wrestle a broomstick. Like I said, she tried on the Wave Show, but here she was like great with Miku. She won.
Miku won?
Yeah, against Yuki Mashiro in 01.
Nice.
So I don't know if that's going to lead to like a future title shot. Like if the Rose division establishes a new belt, and then maybe Mashiro wins it, and then Miku Kanai comes back for a title shot. I don't know, but that was interesting to me.
Sounds like a proper Goblin match.
Yeah, it was. It was fun. I liked that a lot. The only problem is with 01 right now, the only way to watch that match is on your phone with the app. So that's kind of annoying. Yeah.
Damn.
Right. We're into the preview zone, and I'm just going to shoot through some. So 15th of February, Sendai Girls had a show. The VOD is out on the 20th, so that's not for a while. The main thing to look out for is Chihiro Hashimoto versus Senka Akatsuki.
Let's go.
Do you want spoilers? Do we do spoilers here?
No.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you can, but I don't want to hear them.
Oh, no, it's fine. We just won't do them.
Though.
No, let's go. Then
let's not do them.
So Diana have a big show in Hamamatsu Shizuoka on the 23rd, which is notable because, it's outside the Kawasaki dojo, so those are normally bigger shows. So they have a title defense on there, Debbie Keitel versus Rina Amikura. I like that match. They've also got a PPP Tokyo rookie who called Non Toraga. So I think Chan Yota knows her from the adult industry. I could be spreading misinformation, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. So anyway, don't quote me on that. But she's against Anna, which is interesting. Ice Ribbon have a pay-per-view on the 23rd. The funny thing is, so Omikaze is reviewing their first Ice Ribbon show on the pod, and it's this card. I'm going to have a lot of fun, but I'm so curious to see what a new viewer thinks about this. You've got Hikari Minami versus Riko. So this is Hikari's return match, and it's against 11-year-old. Like, talk about taking the easy route out, right? They've got the Uptown rookie, and she's teaming with Yuka against Kaoru Yonyama and Masahiro.
Oh my god. Sounds incredible.
Yeah, and then they've got another Uptown rookie teaming up with Karari Wakana against Kaho Matsushita and Moe Hero. It's going to be so funny. And then we've got Tsukina Umino against Kiku. Kiku is not good. She's retiring in March, and she's only doing this match because she's retiring at Korakuen Hall. She's part of Hot Shushu. The fact that that's the semi-main event is hilarious to me. And then the main event is legit good. This is the one you watch this show for. Makoto and Sumiki Yanagawa against Minami Katsu and Misa Kagura for the International Ribbon Tag Team title. Nice. I actually don't know who's going to win that. I'm thinking they retain. So that's Vicky, that's Minami Katsu and Misa Kagura. Just because Makoto and Sumika is kind of like a mash, like they're thrown together. So I think they're retaining, but I don't actually know. The interesting thing here is Sumika and Misa are on the opposite sides, and they're a long-time tag team. So this match has a lot of potential.
Right.
Wave had a show on the 15th of February. The VOD isn't out yet, but the main event's kind of cool. It's Haruka Umasaki and Honoka versus Magenta. Magenta don't normally work Wave, so I'm just interested in it just for that. I have no idea what's going on there. We also have a King. So in Actress Girls on the 15th, again, the VOD's not out yet. There's a King title match in the main event, which is Nagisa Shiitsuki and Yukina Yuhara. I am hyped for that. So if there's a match from Actress Girls you're going to watch, I'm definitely going to make you watch that one for sure, Tim. And then finally, we have Pure J Itabashi Green Hall on the 23rd of February. We got Kreia versus Mia. That's a new rookie debut. Play the soundboard, Tim.
Which, what?
Okay. Yep,
new
good.
Rookie.
Yep, new rookie soundboard. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, good soundboard. Yep. And then we've got Leon versus Ryoko Sakamura in the semi-main event. What the fuck? Oh, the fucking Marigold rookie is back, and she's in the semi-main event of a Pure J like, it's crazy. The main event is called the Kobayashis, which is Hanako Nakamori, the Pure J ace, and Kaho Kobayashi versus Chi Ozora and Misa Kagura. So I'm looking forward to that. Match of the week.
Sounds good, actually. Match of the week.
Match of the week.
Well, I did actually watch quite a bit of wrestling this week.
Yeah, you went hard.
When you're just lying in bed and can't do much. I watched Grand Slam Australia. I watched Dynamite. I did want to shout out the Tekla and Statlander match, the strap match. I thought that was very good. I wish they stuck the landing without the fucking Sisters of Mercy or whatever running out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought without the interference it would have been great. I kind of like saw it coming that at some point they were going to distract the ref and then whatever was going to happen. It didn't even like, I don't know. But I thought they did very well. They beat the shit out of each other with the strap. They had a proper strap match, and that was great. I also liked the Ciampa and Fletcher match a lot.
Wait, can you talk about Tekla a bit? Like Tekla, I mean, she just proved a lot of people wrong.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She still gets hate. Like, I don't know. I didn't see it directly. I just heard about like what fucking psychos on Twitter like lost their minds about Tekla when she won, like Joshi fans specifically.
No, she feels like a world champion in AEW.
Who hate her from Stardom or whatever. Yeah, I never hated her in Stardom either. Maybe that's because Nah, I just think she's not. I just think people way overhated her. Like
Gaijin.
At
I say
worst,
Gaijin
she
as a
was
joke.
competent. And yeah, I'm so happy for her. Like how well she's doing in AW warms my heart. Anyway, I don't think either AW match did what the Mio Watanabe match did for me personally, but there were a bunch of bangers on these AW shows for sure.
Yep. So my winner is the Mio Watanabe match. I mean, you heard me talk about it. Mio Watanabe. We need to push more best in the world cases. I tried to get Jonathan Amakaze. I keep pushing them. Hey, can you talk about Mio Watanabe being? I keep putting it in their ear. And yeah, so that was my match of the week. And then runner up, Mirai versus Toga. Obviously, you heard me talk about that. For Noah, it was Amaxa and Black Mensori versus Aita and Katsumi Inahata. That was a sick match. And then also Mox versus Takeshita was my favorite match on Grand Slam. I thought they did pretty good. But nothing blew me away on Grand Slam, to be honest. But that's kind of because I'm a bit more out on AEW right now than I was in the past.
Same, yeah. I'm kind of checked out. I did think the two top Dynamite matches were better than anything on Collision.
No, that's fair.
Honestly,
sure. Yeah. But I need something special in AEW to really like get me going now. So like maybe the last great match I saw in AEW, like excellent match. Okay, Tommaso Ciampa winning was pretty cool. I like that a lot. And then before that, it was Carl Fletcher. Yeah, Carl Fletcher and Speedball. That was like, I was like, okay, that's a sick match.
Oh yeah, that was sick. Yeah. That was a while ago though. No?
Yeah, like 2 months. Yeah, that's the last match I remember that. I remember thinking, okay, that shit's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Outro.
No, that's outro. Hell yeah. I think I had a fucking, what's it called? Relapse? No. Relapse is with drugs, right?
You're sick again, or?
My fucking body started to shut down halfway through the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's very like noticeable for the listeners. I hope not.
It wasn't. No.
If it was, I apologize, but like I feel like shit right now. I gotta fucking my head is fucking like a balloon. I don't know.
I hope you get better too.
I'm thinking about staying at home tomorrow again from work and like going to the doctor again. This is not good.
Don't kill yourself for your job.
Just all the symptoms. Maybe I should have gone to work today. Maybe I was too ambitious, too optimistic. I think I'm back sick.
Yep.
Whatever. Maybe I feel better tomorrow morning. I hope you feel better than I do. I want to thank everyone for listening. I hope Rich forgives me, and hope you are all back next week. Give us a good rating, 5 stars preferably. And we are part of the Social Suplex podcast network, featuring these great podcasts.
New episodes
including,
as well.
Yes. New episode of Trish and Sarah today. Go and listen to that.
And
what I've heard of it was fucking amazing so far. Keeping It Strong Style also dropped today. Yeah, Run Nation Radio. No, I think Keeping It Strong Style dropped it today.
They did, yeah.
Yes,
they dropped it Tuesday. Yeah.
One Nation Radio was really good too last week. I don't know. Tunnel Talk was amazing this week. Everything. All Things Elite, Imps AW Adventure, Wrestling Out with Chris Things, and the AW Match Guide. Go listen to all of it.
Imp's got a new episode of that as well, I think today. Either today or yesterday, something like that.
Yeah, Ellie is back on. Tunnel Talk is complete now.
Hell yeah. And then the Social Suplex newsletter, we're so fucking close. Guys, we are so close. I swear, this is the week. I actually feel it in my bones.
Yes.
We just got a few things left and then we're releasing that, so.
Also, people who are afraid of change, don't take it too seriously.
Wait, what is that even referring to? I don't even know what you're talking about.
The newsletter might look a bit different.
Oh,
but like, just
okay,
slightly.
Yeah.
We made a couple of changes.
We made a couple changes.
It's fine. It will all be fine. You'll all be safe.
Yeah,
it's still the old newsletter. It's still the old writers. It's still the old quality. And it's still the best coverage in wrestling media. So check it out whenever it's out. Some point this year.
And if you have any questions for our podcast, you can find us on the Social Suplex Discord, where you can find Tim and I.
Join us.
Thank you very much, guys. Bye.